Joking, right?
Well, I know you, but I thought, didn't Caden say that he also indulged? I don't know, I'm packing up some Captain Black Cherry. Haven't smoked in a while.
This is actually a blend from a place called the Tinderbox in Charleston, South Carolina. That I picked up a while ago. This is one of my Meerschaum pipes.
Yeah, John.
Yeah, I
Caden was here. I don't know what happened to his connection.
just have a generic.
Probably T-painting it. Okay, so we got Sally, Lucas, Link, Caden, Laurelyn. So we're just short Ryan at this point for Rays.
Maybe
And there goes Victor.
maybe I
Thank
should
you.
change my character's name to Nate and just legally change my name to Link.
That would be a overly complicated, short-lived joke, I think. But you could do it.
Hey, Vic.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I think Brian will be here. The way it sounded like he's going to be here.
Yeah, I mean, you seem to be all itching for it, so we'll give him a couple minutes. It's not technically 7 yet.
I still have not mastered the perfect pack.
It takes a lot of practice. And even then, it still goes out from time to time.
Yeah, only once I managed to get through half, which is a pretty big complication considering how much you pack in there and how deep the bowl is. But I have never gotten through a full bowl with a clean burn.
Well, you're not really expected to, truth be told. I mean, especially depending on the tobacco type you have. Like, if you're smoking like a Cavendish or an aromatic, you're almost definitely not getting through that guy with a single light. Maybe a Latakia, but probably not.
I almost busted out my Drew Estate Underground. As a cigar, though.
All right. So, yeah, we'll just give him 5 minutes. Give him 5 minutes. Hey, John. Lucas. So yeah, we'll see how that works out tonight if it becomes applicable, John. Yeah. Marshawn Lynch might say.
What do you like to drink with your smoke?
Dram or scotch generally. I mean, I just have water right now. Probably have some dram later.
Where's the DM shirt?
DM shirt is in the clean laundry. I actually need to fold it. I actually have a second DM shirt now, though. It says it's a 20 on a 20-sided die. It says, "Don't hate the player, hate the DM."
Hey guys, I just want to go ahead and apologize if I'm in and out a little bit more than usual this game. I've been battling a migraine all day.
Okay.
But has your internet?
Yeah. Let's talk about the
actually,
important things here.
I think the internet might be a little better than usual today.
They won't be breaking into it on a boat at any point in time.
I probably still will be just because the internet sucks out here. But I reset the modem and kicked everybody else off the Wi-Fi. So
Priorities.
That's one way to do it.
But Dad, I have to do my homework. Fuck your homework. Time for Dungeons and Dragons.
that's why I'm glad I don't have kids.
Hey, John, did you settle on a form after all?
I actually rolled for it. I actually ended up getting the boar.
I mean, I won't hold you to that if you'd rather play something else.
No, I just figured that'd make it more interesting. I mean, obviously, I was just hoping for not the rat. So anything else was a plus.
Don't mock the were rat, bro.
Actually, the were-rat's probably one of the more powerful guys. So, yeah, as you guys probably saw on the forum, John had emailed me wanting to do lycanthropy. And lycanthropy in the monster manual is ridiculously powerful. There's just like a little blurb about it that's like, you gain these stat bonuses, and you're like immune to damage, which was not really feasible for normal play. So over the last like 2 weeks, I've done up the archetype you saw, and I started with it purposefully underpowered. And I've slowly been kind of bringing up bits and pieces here. So John and Laurelin, by virtue there, kind of are my guinea pig to see. I tried to make it a little bit less powerful than a Circle of the Moon Druid, truth be told, because they are really powerful, both at low levels and then at high levels. Like at level 20, like 18 to 20, Circle of the Moon Druid is basically impossible to kill, like just about impossible, because they can wild shape at will. Thanks, honey. What's it called? Heal themselves with a bonus spell. Just, turn into an elemental. What? Yeah, my wife is judging me here.
James, was it just me?
No, my wife came in. She just got home from
Wife stuff.
Oh, you're holding the cat.
That could be a double entendre.
No, that'd just be straight innuendo if that were the case, actually.
Yeah, I guess.
She's holding the cat, if you know what he means. Anyway,
cool
so
thing.
Laurelin's going to be your
Oh
weird
my
guinea
God.
pig.
Yeah. So that is my Zippo pipe lighter, which is pretty cool because I can got a hole in the side. So it,
Yeah, those are a little spendy.
well, that's like $15. I do have a like $100 pipe lighter from like Corona, but I use this more often.
Yeah, the one I saw was like 50. I think
Yeah.
it was a Zycar.
Those ones use a slightly different type of fuel. You do run the risk with Zippo fuel of imparting a bit of a taste to the tobacco. Yeah, for this one poor fellow watching, he's probably confused as fuck right now. It's like, I thought they were playing Dungeons and Dragons. He's like talking about pipes and tobacco. Okay, so John is here, so I won't say that again. Brian has said that Reyes was heading off to the blacksmith when we last picked up. So, I know a couple people were heading to the tavern. So let's just go through real quick. And what are you guys doing?
Tavern.
Okay.
Tavern.
Tavern.
Sure, I'll head to the tavern.
Like Shaun of the Dead. The Winchester?
Wait, are there any other like bars in the town other than the one we broke into?
There's the Stonehill Inn, and then there is the
And
Sleeping
got-
Giant Tap House. The Sleeping Giant is
Which
the
is
one
the-
where you murdered those.
So, yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
Hmm.
probably not a good idea. We're not in very good terms with the owner.
A little gold will fix that.
Okay.
I tried a little gold; it didn't work.
Did you?
I think
I paid her 15. I paid her like 15 gold, and she just took it.
Oh, yeah. You murdered like 4 patrons in the bar, and your recompense was like, buy yourself something nice. Yeah. Good for you.
Didn't we throw one out the window? Or
No,
did they,
he jumped out
He
the
jumped-
window.
jumped out.
He
yeah,
jumped.
I knew I knew somebody went through the window, but I didn't remember if we threw
And
them.
I dove after it.
Yeah, somebody else dove out after him. Actually, it was I think. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I failed.
Yeah, you
I dove
tried,
out
and
after
you
him.
like
We only-
tripped over the table.
We only murdered two people. We only murdered two people.
Oh, that's right. You did capture the other two. I mean, still, you fought 4 people inside her establishment. Yeah. I mean, if somebody like had a knockdown like brawl in my living room, I'd probably be pretty pissed. I think that's just pretty reasonable, actually. Okay, so you guys gonna head to the Stonehill Inn? Is that the gist?
We'll try. She might not
Okay.
kick us, or they might not kick us out.
That's the sleeping giant. We'll go to the other one.
Stonehill Inn. Okay, so oddly enough, this is like what, the 5th or 6th session of this, and you guys have never been to a tavern. Oh, you started in a tavern, to be fair, but this is the first one you visited on your own.
And in that tavern, it was actually run by Vince McMahon. So
Well,
That's
Link's
right.
Link's a recovering alcoholic, so
Did I miss that part of your backstory? Is that true?
no, it's not.
Okay. Everybody besides Ray should see their character now. So you whoops. Oh, there it is. You walk into this inn. You know it to be the Stonehill Inn. You've heard about it before now. It's pretty much in the center of town. You see what looks like locals. As far as you can tell, like working folk, milling about, having drinks, having some food. This establishment does serve food as well. It looks pretty modest, but you walk in, it's nice. It's a nice. Yeah, it's just an altogether nice little inn. You guys walk in, you get the slight smell of maybe a roast of some sort. It's a little bit smoky in there. There are people smoking their pipes and having very deep conversations about harvests and that sort of nonsense. As you walk in, you see a tavern waitress nod to you, like, welcome, and a smile and a nod from what looks to be the proprietor behind the bar. What do you guys do?
Go find us a table. Maybe somewhere, considering our usual luck with taverns and places, I want to find something far away from doors. Maybe a table back here.
Okay. So, Hayden, you turn the corner and you go to hear a table and you hear behind you, "Ha ha! My friends! It's been too long. Welcome to Phandelver." And you turn behind you and you see sitting at the table with an armored fellow across the way. You recognize Merrock from the Tees from the Tribor Trail Tavern. Is sitting at a table across from you. John, what Laurelin doesn't know is that they have met this character before. Although you might have gathered from his reaction to the group. And
Right.
he smiles and comes up to your table. Says, "I'm glad you guys made it here finally. It's good to see you. Everything working out okay, I hope?"
Can't
yes,
complain.
Yeah, it's been all right.
We've
Been in
actually
town
been
for a
here.
while.
We've actually been here for about a week now.
Really? That's amazing. I haven't seen you in here yet. I would have figured that you would have tried your luck at this tavern, perhaps.
Yeah, we've been a little busy for now. We visited other taverns though.
Other taverns? Oh, you must mean that sleeping giant tap room. I don't know. I heard there was a fight there the other night. It got pretty. Oh, that was you, wasn't it?
Yeah,
You worked that out by yourself, did you?
Fair enough. Well, the establishment here is much nicer and much friendlier. I wouldn't recommend it. Can I get you guys a round of drinks?
I wouldn't
Be
say
much
no.
appreciated.
Great.
Sure, we're not.
My friend and I will join you. Sam, come over here. Come over here. So at this point, the pretty armored fellow wearing full plate stands up at the table and smiles and walks over, and we'll just say there's enough chairs here. And as Merak goes off, and you see him, gesticulating to the bartender who is starting to put a tray together. What looks like ale or cider of some sort. Maybe whatever
And I
this thing is
whispered
from
a-
Dunkin' Donuts.
And I whispered to Lucas, I wonder if this proprietor is an illusion like the other one was too.
No, that drunken dwarf fellow was not an illusion.
True, he wasn't, but I think the
So,
owner of these was.
as you mentioned this, the gentleman sitting at your table, drunken dwarf fellow. Oh, you mean Iquisk? No, he's no illusion. I can tell you that for certain. It says, Sayam is my name. Greetings.
Lucas of Rheinfell.
Ah. I sense you're a fellow paladin, brother. Well met.
So, do you do business with Maroc, or are you just a friend of him?
Oh, I try to avoid doing business with Merak if at all possible, but he is an old friend of mine. We are talking about a business venture at the moment. I used to be an adventurer, much like yourselves, and looking to start a business on the side. So Merak's helping me with that. And at this point, Merak comes up and puts the tray down and says, here you go, gentlemen. Ales all around. Ales all around. I heard you mentioning business there. Sayam? Yes, I was, Merak. Perhaps some other time. I don't want to trouble these people with it.
Well met, Sion. And I take my L and begin the night.
So, as you guys are sitting there, Link, it looks like are you meaning to be standing off in the back there, or are you at the table with everybody else?
I'm not at the table. I am kind of off.
Okay.
Not exactly right there. Kind of like here-ish.
Okay.
Kind of just listening, and if possible, smoking a pipe. It's not in my inventory, but
That's fine. You can have a pipe. Everybody's just pipe smoking today. So, Lorlin, what are you doing?
Just listen to the conversation.
Okay. And it says, so Murok says, so I know he doesn't want to bother you with it, but, and Sejam chimes in and says, Merok. It says, well, he's just ignoring him, basically. Iquisk, you remember Iquisk, right? The dwarf fellow.
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
It was
He rings a bell.
Yes.
Yeah, lots of arrows.
Link kind of chuckles in the background.
So, we here are thinking about opening our own tavern. Crazy, huh?
Here in
Not
Phandelver.
so crazy.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps in Fondalen. I felt it was time to move on from the teas, and get my feet wet.
Yes, sounds like a fine idea.
And at this point,
Although
go ahead.
three taverns in the same town, and a town as small as Vandalen. That's
See, that's the rub, isn't it? That is, but we have an idea. Sam says, first of all, you didn't move on from the teas. They moved on from you, if I'm not mistaken. That's not important right now. But we do actually have an idea. There's a town far to the northwest of here. It's actually by Neverwinter, called Thunder Tree. At least, it was a town. You may have heard of it, I don't know. Its tavern
Yes.
there, however, had a very famous recipe for ale. Now, it's too dangerous to check out directly. It's overrun by undead from what I've heard, which was normally not an issue for me, but just Merrick and I by ourselves, we figured it'd be safer to take the slow approach and gather some forces. Now, you present us with an interesting opportunity. If you can find the recipe from that alehouse and bring it to us, we would pay you handsomely for it. If legends are true, as much as legends can be about beer, if this recipe is as good as it's supposed to be, I think we can really establish something here. Merak chimes in and says, for a tidy profit, of course.
So, what's in for us?
Sorry.
Thunder Tree.
Oh!
Was
Sorry. So, it says, There's Sally will be right back. Uh-oh, I went blurry. So it says, well, there'd be a nominal gold sum, of course. A few hundred gold I think I could do. But more importantly than that, you would be a favored customer of ours. And then, of course, that comes with discounts on this famous ale we're talking about.
Interesting proposal.
I've had a fair few ales in my time, as short as that is. What kind of ale are we talking about?
Famous ale. Very dark, brewed with the Neverwinter River water, pure as anything, and that natural mineral content. Oh, let me tell you, this ale is something special.
Can I make a history check to see if I know what kind of ales that is?
Sure, why not?
You know wood, man. Why you might as well know something about.
So that's a 20 total, not a nat 20, but still a 20 total. Oddly enough, you have overheard in passing, while you were briefly in Neverwinter getting this job, people lamenting about the loss of this Thunder Tree Ale, colloquially known as the Thunder Ale. It is supposedly a dark alt beer type beer with a little bit of almost a spiciness and kick to it. It made it very popular with hearty food.
Okay. I just lean back in my chair and think a bit.
At this point, Seon, the other paladin, leans forward and says, now, I know it seems a little bit trivial compared to what you're probably used to doing, but if you're in the area, you could save us some time, and like I said, we'd be happy to share the beer with you once we're up and running and established. And I like the Stone Hills, don't get me wrong, and I like this inn, and the Sleeping Giant tap room isn't really the clientele we're looking for, but if this town continues to grow like this, I think there's more than enough room for the three of us.
I look around at the others. Opinions?
And I'll say, well, we already had a reason to go to Thunder Tree anyway. I think we were going to put it off till later, but this is something else we could do while we're in the area.
We do have other pressing issues, but this could certainly be something that I could see us doing. It's honest work, if nothing else.
Splendid, my friends, and honest work is something that I am known for. And Seom actually chuckles at that. He says, now, who's your friend here? I don't think I recognize him.
This is Laurelin.
Laurelin. Merrock Dalevinter, at your service.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
Yeah, we found him in an abandoned castle.
He's a friend. He's a friend.
Seom and Merrock kind of look at each other quizzically at that response and say, well, fair enough. So, what else have you guys been up to then?
Mostly we've been...
Lots of fights. It's probably the best way to put it.
Lots of
Yeah,
fights.
let's just leave it at that.
Have you seen these gentlemen fight there, Laurelin? They were something to behold in my fighting pits while I had them anyway.
I got a small taste of their fighting abilities, and I look forward to helping them.
Well, good, because they made me some cash, and hopefully they can keep making me cash in the future. Right, guys?
Haha. That's my line.
I'm always up for a little bit of gold, so.
Splendid. Well, I'm going to be turning in for the night. I have a room upstairs. I got one of the bigger ones. Sorry, gentlemen, if that's what you're looking for. But it was good seeing you again. And let us know if you come across that recipe we're looking for. We'll definitely make it worth your while. And with this, Merrock and Seom stand up. Merrock with quite the flourish and bow that you might expect from him in your limited interaction, and a polite but solemn nod from Sayam, and they both wander upstairs. So what do you guys do?
I take a swig of my ale and pull out the deck of cards we took from the Red Brand hideout. Shuffle
Link-
them up and just
What are you
deal
up
out. And I guess Link left.
to?
I cozy up to the bar and ask for ask what drinks they have.
So a man in his 30s, probably early 30s, looks up to you. He's a little bit portly, maybe comes around working around the food, but very friendly, and says, "Oh, well, yeah, Master Elf. What can I get for you? Food, huh? Or is it drink you want?"
What drinks do you have?
Well, we have a few wines and ciders, nothing too fancy in this neck of the woods, and regular old tavern ale, of course.
Like a cider, sir.
A fine choice. Darren Edermath has the finest orchards all around this area, and we make our cider from his apples. It's quite good, so that'll be 2 copper. Go ahead and subtract 2 copper from your inventory, and he hands you a somewhat frothy and somewhat dry cider. It's got a pungent apple aroma to it, but it's not too sweet. Basically, it's not woodchuck. That helps.
I tell him, join me in a drink. I'll pay.
Oh, thank you. I'll take the tip, but I can't drink while I'm working, if that's okay. I hope you're not offended.
No offense.
Believe me, I like ale as much as the next guy, but I just am busy tonight. And points to the room, and there's, several people in here, and there's also a child running around, as you notice, at this point, with a slightly older woman, maybe about the bartender's age, chasing after him, hitting him with a broom a little bit. Not, like, in a mean way, but sort of in a playful way.
In a Tom and Jerry way.
Maybe a little bit less violent than that, honestly. So definitely not Itchy and Scratchy, not Tom and Jerry. Maybe, something on, like, the Saturday morning cartoons. I don't know.
Do I feel like he's kind of warmed up to me at all?
Well, he's definitely greeted you friendly. He wasn't being, facetious, as far as you can tell.
I mean, like, do I feel like if I asked a question,
You can give me an insight check.
it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, he
Could be
seems
worse. Could be worse.
Seems 17. He seems very friendly. Very open.
Okay, I say, so I'm kind of looking to make some gold. Would you have any leads or know anybody I could talk to?
Well, right off the top of my head, I would say the town master, Harbin Wester. Ugh. He would probably have leads. Potentially Halia Thornton. I mean, she runs the Miners Guild. That's definitely the most lucrative enterprise in the town as of right now. Beyond that, you can ask around, of course, but I haven't heard of any pressing jobs right now.
So I don't get like a CD vibe from him? Like,
No, you do not.
okay. I say
Do
thank
we have
you.
a map? Do we have a map
Yeah, you have a basic
of this
map,
surrounding area?
a basic one that you were given by Gundren when you set out, and you've been updating it as you go along to the best of your ability. I mean, it's not a professional cartographer's map, but it's gotten you where you need to go so far.
All right. I look over at Link and I motion for him to come back over.
Impressive through the walls, but okay.
My X-ray vision is keen.
Yeah. Sure, whatever. You
I'm-
get his attention. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I join them,
Okay.
sipping my
I
ale,
put
smoking my
down the map in the middle of the table, and I'm just so. Where are we going first? We have a couple things in the region of the old owl well.
I'm down for a good fight, but honestly, my pockets feel a little light. I'm a poet, and I didn't even know it.
Well, was Thunder 3 up north? Oh,
Yeah, Thunder Tree is to the northwest, from what you've been told. It's essentially due east of Neverwinter along the river. It's actually a decent ways away.
So where's out the old owl well, and what else do we have in that area? Because there was like 3 things we had to do, but
You know that Old Owl Well is to the northwest, along the Tribor Trail. Instead of maybe ducking off into the steppes a little bit where you found Wyvern Tor, where the orcs were, and then you've also got, if you recall, Sister Gariel has asked you to bargain with an entity near Coneyberry, the ruins of Coneyberry, which is also along the Tribor Trail to the northeast, to find the location of a famous mage's spellbook.
Actually, I think that one's just.
I
only
caught
one
every 5th
link
word of
to.
that.
Every fifth word of that? Is that me or was that you?
Yeah,
You got 2 things
think
to
it's
the
just me.
northeast and 1 to due north and a little bit to the west.
I think only me and Caden know about the quest from that priest.
All
I
I've
think
done
you
is
guys
mention
told
to
him
that
in
there's
game.
something-
Like, you basically reported
I-
back, is what it was.
well,
I'm sure I made mention of somewhere that we needed to go there at least.
Yeah, because you guys met up at the hovel that you guys are trying to buy with group after you guys came back from that. All right. So,
well,
what's the plan?
I'd say we go take care of everything up north. Tell Sildar to wait for us. We'll be back in a few days, and then we'll take care of Wave Echo Cave.
Oh, by north, do you mean Thunder Tree or do you mean
Just everything up north.
all of them? Well,
Yeah.
I think Thunder Tree.
that'll take more than a few days.
Thunder Tree is far to the north, and I think it's sort of in the opposite direction of where.
Thunder Tree's over by
Coneyberry and-
Neverwinter.
So we'll just
Yeah.
drag you guys back here for a minute. If you scroll down the bottom where it's black. So, you got the general area. You got, we'll do it in green.
I'm just seeing the last lines of Phandelver.
Scroll down.
Scroll down to the bottom.
Okay.
He's drawing us a.
I am scrolling down to the bottom.
Can
Try
the rest of
zooming
you guys
out.
see it? Yeah,
I
so-
see it.
Yeah, I can see it. You got
I see it.
like a pink square and
Yeah.
Green snake.
All right. So the X is Fondalen.
Wait, are you drawing the map? Or...
yes, he's drawing.
He's strong.
Okay. Yes, that I see.
Okay. So that blue thing, so the Neverwinter is the top left green dot. Thunder Tree is the yellow X.
Okay.
This is Agatha's Lair over by Coneyberry. This is the trail that's going along the east there. This is Old Owl Well, and then from what Gundren has told you, somewhere in this general region is Wave Echo Cave. And for reference, for example, the Tease is over here. The hideout was here. Cragmaw Castle was here, and Wyvern Tor was here. Fancy, right?
Love it. So we could very easily hit Coneyberry and
Old Alwell.
Old Owl Well in one go. Is this right in here? Is that like just forest or mountains or?
That is the Neverwinter Wood. Mount Hote now is in there. That's the big thing that erupted and caused. And it's part of the spell plague thing. You don't really have to worry about it. But yeah, that's a giant wood.
Okay, because I
I
was
say
just thinking.
Old Owl Well. Yeah, I say we go east.
Lauren, what do you think about it?
Well, not knowing some of the background information, I'm a little bit at a loss.
Okay.
But I guess we need to go this direction anyway.
So when are you guys going to tell them what you guys have been up to before you found it?
Yeah, Old Owl Well is.
I thought we filled them in.
I don't know how much.
Well,
we
I don't
filled
feel
it
like
in.
telling them. You did, but go ahead.
Old Owl Well was one of the first quests we got when we arrived in Phandelver. Apparently, there's a bunch of undead running around.
Rumors
there.
of undead.
Like basically, like sounds like a horde of zombies.
That's coming
More or
this
less.
way.
Up north at Coneyberry, that's there's a treasure chest that's
Fuck.
enchanted by evil magic, and she's the priestess of the town has agreed to help us cleanse the evil magic if we'll.
No, we have to find something from her religion that has been lost, basically, right? And
She's asked us to find a spell book.
This is why you
Yeah,
guys should
I'm-
write this shit down when I tell you it. by the way.
okay, and
I-
so if we do that, she'll cleanse a cursed site that we found, the passing chest.
Okay.
That's
And
what I
then,
got from Caden talking.
Yeah. And then up here in the north at Thunder Tree, well, you heard the thing from Merrock, but we also, when we saved a family from the Red Brands, they offered to repay us with a family heirloom that they left in Thunder Tree. Said if we found it, we could do whatever we wanted with it.
Okay.
And you may want to tell him about like what you're actually doing in Fandalen, of course, which is none of those things.
Remember Gundren, the dwarf who was at Cragmont Castle with you?
Yep.
We,
Yep.
We were originally hired
Lord.
to bring some supplies from Neverwinter here for him. And
Yeah.
then
On the way, we got we were
lots of things happened.
we were
Had to
traveling
kill
together.
a lot of people.
Yeah, we've been traveling together. Gundren, Sildar, and all of us with the cargo, and then both of them had
Goblin ambush, Sildar and Gundren were taken kidnapped. We found Sildar, then we found Gundren with you. Then he's offered to make it worth our while to help him clear out Wave Echo Cave.
He's offered
It's just-
he's offered to pay us to help him find Wave Echo Cave, which has a magic forge in it.
Okay.
That's the gist of it.
Yep, and he was kidnapped by some fighter who's basically controlling everything that has been happening. The Red Brands and then the goblins that ambushed us were under his control.
The Kragmaws that took you prisoner, they were
Everyone's-
working for him. So I mean, it seems like
Everyone's
everybody
under
doing
him.
bad stuff.
And I'm willing to bet money that whatever we find at Old Owl Well will somehow be linked to him as well. Or her. Or it. We don't know.
At this point, I wouldn't put the eruption of the volcano past the Black Spider.
That was like 100 years ago, I think, give or take.
We
And-
don't know. We never know.
No, this would
Weirder
be.
things have happened.
Let's be clear: the spell plague and the sundering you all know about. That was like world changing. So you were all aware of it.
No, I said we don't know how
I
far
get. Yeah.
this
Okay.
conspiracy goes.
For all we know, the Black Spider could have been involved with that. For all we know.
For all you know.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was like what, 1385 or something.
Yeah, give or take. And this, I think we're in about 1430 in this particular edition. So.
Okay.
I guess it wasn't
But
all
yeah,
that
my-
long ago, actually. I need to check what year it is.
Alright,
That hasn't come up in a
so-
while.
Everyone
yeah,
agreed on East.
Yep, my
East
vote's
of
over here
Orwell.
first. Take
Sure.
care of those first.
Before we go, I'd like to get us some horses if we can. Traveling faster. I don't know if they have horses in Phandelver we could, get.
I imagine we could find some, but they would cost money.
Speaking of which, I'll need to use tonight to get us a little bit extra coin myself before we leave in the morning.
I assume you're planning something to earn money then?
I'm going to fence the
Oh.
item.
Not turning tricks. Okay, that went in a different direction.
No,
Sure.
definitely not that one. With all my scars, I'm not sure I'd fetch much anyway.
I don't know. This cloak of mine's pretty sexy.
Oh, God.
But you don't have it right now because you left it with Barthen.
Oh, yeah.
It's getting a wolf pelt lined into it.
That's true.
Did we stop by there? 'Cause
Yes, we did. You've left him the
Yeah,
owl
you
bear.
left him
He-
the owl bear
he
pelt.
offered to,
Oh, yeah.
offered to turn it into an ottoman for us.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
You don't think that Brian's actually coming at like 7, do you? Or 8 for others?
Well, I mean, if we find out, one way or the other, round 8.
Yeah.
I'll check the forums real quick while we're
All
talking.
right, so
Oh,
have we decided we are going east?
Yeah. Is there anything else we need to take care of before we leave? That because our old Owl will be the furthest we've gone so far.
should we try to see about horses or anything like that, or are we just gonna?
Yeah, I'll ask the bartender. Or not.
Oh, I talked to Brian. Did actually send me a message. It looks like about 10 minutes ago. I guess his internet was getting worked on, and nobody told him, so he didn't realize he wasn't gonna have internet. So he
Lovely.
may be on later.
All right.
All right.
That's okay. He's at the blacksmith right now, anyway.
Okay, so then I stand up from the table and then I go ask the bartender if he knows of any place that we could get horses by any chance.
Okay. So you walk over to the proprietor of the. You just toss your glasses at him rudely and say, "Where can I get horses?" Now you ask him and he says, it's possible. I would check the Lion Shield Coster. That's a trading company here in town, and Barthen has good stuff at his provisions, but for something like that, it's more of a specialty good. You might want to check with them."
All right.
While we're all still here, and I might wait till I'll just tell everybody here. I would like to go visit this Halia Thorn.
Alia Thornton?
Halia Thornton. I've heard her mentioned umpteenth times now, and we do need to see about whether or not she'd be willing to, 1, help us, and 2, help Phandelver.
I'm fine with that, and we can go ahead and take care of that if you want.
Yeah, before we leave, just
Well, let's be honest, if we're going to approach her about
Yeah, I thought that's why we
a
didn't go talk to her.
change, we might want to do that in the evening when less opportunity to be overheard. I'm intentionally trying to be vague there.
You're succeeding. I have no idea what you're talking about.
What I'm trying to get across to them is that if we're going to talk to someone about overthrowing the town master, we probably should do it at night when there's not going to be anybody to overhear us.
Saying this out loud does draw the couple strange looks from other people in the tavern.
So what you're being
That was out of character to clarify what I was trying to say.
Well,
The other guys might still be confused by what I was saying.
what you said in character went over my 8 intelligence completely.
my
I'm
11
like-
intelligence caught it
I'm
barely.
like-
So.
I'm like nodding, like I'm pretending. Like, yeah.
Wait, you're over here still. You're over here still.
No, you ain't.
Oh, he
That's
moved back over
Salazar.
here.
I'm over here still.
Oh, I thought Salazar was talking. Never mind, Nate.
Okay,
I am slightly inebriated.
so lest this turn into an episode of Cheers, what are you guys doing?
I say, if we're gonna talk to her, let's be quick about it.
Yeah, let's head to Halia first, and then we can, if Lion's Head is still open, then we can check in with them. They might need some time to get horses together anyway.
Okay.
Do you wish to
Agreed.
go to the Lion's Head first? Do you wish to go to Lion's Head first, or
I said we get us horses first.
all right?
No, okay, that's fine with me.
All right. So, I guess we finish our drinks and head to the Lion's Head.
You guys.
As we get
Yep. Go ahead.
as we get outside, I say maybe we should wait to talk to Halia about that stuff till we got it more figured out, so we don't go talking to her bumbling like idiots, because we don't even seem like we know what we want to talk to her about.
But we are idiots.
You don't know what you want to talk to her about.
Okay.
I wipe drool off my chin.
All in favor of talking to her now versus later.
Later.
Okay, that's
I'd
two
say-
for later. Okay.
I'd say never.
What time of day is it right now, actually?
You guys have been day drinking. It's probably like 1.
Okay. So I guess we have time to still hit the, what is it, the Iron Shield?
You
No,
got
let's hit both.
the Lion Shield Coster, and Halia runs the Miners Exchange.
All right.
Okay.
So horses.
So we go. Yeah. First, we go see if we can get horses. Probably be out of our price range.
So we stumble around town drunk in the middle of the day.
What are you talking
Setting
about?
a good
We've only had
example
one
to
drink.
all, you it depends on roll a Constitution check. You head down to the Lion Shield Coster. You come upon what looks like a somewhat well-established trading post.
Saving throw or check?
I don't care. And you you see as you walk up nothing, because I put Link way off the top of the screen there. A blue shield emblazoned on a sign with a golden filigree with a golden lion's head inside it. And okay. What do you guys do?
I guess they go in.
Okay. So
Head on in.
you walk in and you see a woman turn to look at you as you come in. She's got sort of duskier skin. Doesn't really strike you as somebody from around these parts. But she smiles. She's got a very intense stare and says, "Welcome, gentlemen. What is it that I can help you with today?" And you kind of see her like sniff the air a little bit as you get closer, and a kind of confused look passes across her face.
We've heard,
Link sniffs his armpits. No.
we've heard we could get horses if we come here.
Horses. Oh, yes, we can do something like that for you. What were you thinking? A pack horse? A riding horse?
Riding horses, mostly. Yes.
Fair enough.
We'd probably need about 6 of them.
6 horses? I'm afraid I don't have that many available at the moment. I have 3.
Do you have a carriage or a buggy?
I have a wagon.
That could work. But about how much would the 3 horses and 1 wagon
Well,
be? How much would that cost us?
For how long?
A couple days.
Oh, well, okay, a couple days. Let's see, factor in food and water for them.
Do you have renter's insurance?
Yeah, plus, that's actually part of the cost, sir. Don't worry about that. Let's see. I would say about 60 gold ought to cover it. Now, you'll have to put down a deposit of more than that, of course, in case you don't return them.
How much would the deposit be?
Double the amount, 120 gold.
So,
So 180
altogether would be 180.
Correct.
I just kind of consult with the others. I have about 30 I can contribute.
I have about 28.
That's 50.
Link's just like, it's kind of rich for my blood. Do you have any donkeys?
Says, oh, there's Brian.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
No.
Sorry about that. We had a cable guy come in and was messing with the modems and whatnot.
Was it
I
Jim
sent
Carrey?
James. I wish that'd be funny. But I sent James. I sent you a private message
Yeah, I got
a
it.
few minutes ago. I do apologize. I'm sorry.
That's
Okay.
fine.
All right, and then I guess while
No.
you work me in here, I'm gonna copy and paste my backstory real quick.
Okay. We all got day drunk.
You got day drunk?
A little bit.
Or day
Nice.
bus?
Day buzzed, I guess.
Yeah, it did.
Enough to draw a strange look from passerbys.
So I'm just going to go ahead and say that you met up with these guys here. You guys are all in the Lion Shield Coster, which is a trading post. You've decided to head east towards Old Owl Well to investigate some undead that are out there, and also investigate the lair of a creature north of the ruins of some old town that might have knowledge of a spell book that a priestess in town is looking for. But right now, you went to inquire about renting horses, and have found out that it might be a little bit too rich for your blood.
Okay. Anything else that I missed?
Well, how much?
Oh, yeah.
How many?
Plus, you got assigned to go find a beer recipe.
Alrighty.
How much would? How many horses would it take to comfortably carry the wagon?
With all of you in it?
Yes.
By 2.
2, I would say. Wouldn't be very fast going.
Well, we're not.
Which
Terribly
kind of
reliant on
defeats
speed.
the whole. Which kind of defeats the whole purpose of taking the horses. I feel.
Well,
But about that donkey.
I'm sorry, sir.
You
We
just
only have
really
draft
want
horses
donkeys, don't you?
available at the moment.
And I'll just mention to Lucas and Salazar, if I'm able to sell a couple of these items that we found, we might be able to cover it with just those funds.
That
But
said,
it would mean no one else would get a share of. And these are for
I
horses
say
that we're just renting.
yeah, I say we just yeah, let's well,
Everybody be dropping.
Oh,
well, I guess do we really need that? Do we really need these, I guess?
Well, Link isn't gonna help pay. That's a spendy.
he says normally you would have been able to catch a coach for not too much between here and Tribor, but with the roads being somewhat dangerous, it's temporarily been suspended.
Are you
Well,
involved in the coach line?
Occasionally we do, yes. We're actually based out of Yartar, which is several hundred miles to the east, so we'd like to have a consistent means of communication and travel, but the roads just haven't been safe enough recently, so we haven't had any come in from Tribor.
Would us being involved in making those roads safer affect the price at all?
Well, should you accomplish that task, I don't see why not.
Well, something to consider, I suppose.
Is there anything else I can help you
Basically, no
gentlemen with today?
fronts. Salazar?
I was out for a little. Internet crashed or something.
I think we've pretty much all agreed that we can go without the horses for now.
They're just kind of too expensive
Agreed.
right now.
Again,
How much money do we have?
as soon as the roads are safe, I'll be happy to
Enough
to-
if we depleted our resources, which we really shouldn't.
Okay. So, how could we make the roads safer? Do you know who's making them unsafe?
We build a wall.
Because unfortunately, I don't. I mean, we actually had a cart full of goods of our own ambushed on the way to Neverwinter not that long ago. So, I honestly don't know what's in the area is making this area so dangerous right now. It didn't used to be.
Immigrants.
We look into it.
Okay.
Do you happen to know if it was goblins who attacked your caravan earlier?
Well, it's possible. We had heard the sounds or stories of goblin attacks to the west, but we never found out what happened to it.
I wonder if it was Clark's goblins, and I turned to Lucas and Salazar. I wonder if it was Clark's goblins. Weren't there some stuff in there when we went through?
How long ago was the attack?
It says about 2 weeks.
And when did we
How about a
take
week?
care of those goblins?
About a week ago,
Okay,
so
about a week
it's
ago. So the timeline matches up where it could be those goblins.
and if that's the
Yeah.
case, the things that we saw in that cave might be their supplies.
Weren't they rotten though?
Yes, but there were other supplies.
No, I think you were
What?
thinking of the ones in the castle. Those were different.
You're talking about the cave. The cave.
The first cave, yeah,
with the
where we
flood,
found Sildar.
with the flood trap. Yes.
Yes.
We think we might know where your supplies went.
At the
Really?
very least, it's possibly.
Yes.
Truly, that would
Fair
be
enough.
great news if that is the case.
Is there a mark or something we could look for?
and
A
I
stamp?
kind of,
She says, yes, they'll be marked with the symbol you saw above the door on the way in.
I'm going to take a step closer to Lucas and just sort of whisper, "Didn't we leave a goblin in there because we made an agreement with him to get Sildar?
Yeah.
May
If
have
we're going to
vacated
go,
by
we
now.
mightn't."
I
might-
whisper back. He may have vacated by now.
Can I try recalling my memory?
Sure. What do you remember?
What are you trying to remember?
If I saw that mark on the barrels and stuff that we saw.
Give me a D20 roll, just straight.
You can do it, Rambo.
5? Nope. Sure don't.
Um,
I'll teach you not to write shit down.
Well, I don't think we asked even if we saw markings on them or anything.
Well, I mean, that was a game where I wasn't. You guys ran my character for me, so I don't really.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we both know I don't write it down, so.
Though, actually, if I check. Yeah, I
But-
did. Hold on, I wrote some stuff down on a piece of paper.
But I swear I remember asking, and I swear both places the stuff was rotten.
Yeah, I actually
Well,
asked
that'd
the
be
question.
that'd be foodstuffs. That would be
I
foodstuffs.
asked the question when we were in Cragmaw Castle if they looked like the supplies that were in the cave, and the ones in the castle were not. You said the ones in the cave had the markings of Lion's Shield Coster.
To be fair, we didn't know that this lady had been ransacked at that time.
Caden is correct. His memory has served him through here. The crates that you saw in the first Bugbear's little room were marked with a blue shield with a blue lion inside it. Similar to this marking here.
How far away are we from that?
Probably like 3/4 of a day to the northwest. Back towards the T's.
Something else to add to our list of things to do.
Not enough hours in the day. All right, then I think that's all we have to do here. Then onwards.
Onwards.
BRB.
Okay. So, you have not gotten your horses. You may have found something to do. What do you do next?
I guess we head east, out of town.
We
Did
located-
did Ray's catch up with us?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're on our
okay.
way to Old Owlwell to deal with.
I fill him in.
Okay.
Hey, look, he's been there the whole time.
Yeah. Wizard.
Wizardry. Okay. So you guys head east, eh?
Looks like it.
All right. You,
About
go ahead.
about how long does that take?
Takes about a day and a half walking along the road.
So that's another rest.
Yeah, you would stop. I mean, that depends. I mean, what speed are you guys moving at? Who's going in what order? You know, what's your marching order for one?
Well,
Same as usual.
Fuck off.
I
What's your
think
marching order?
Caden-
We got
and-
more.
I
got
was
two
about
more
to. I
people.
was about to.
I'm
I'm a
somewhere in
scout.
the middle.
scout ahead a little bit, especially
Okay.
if we go through forest.
And I'm walking in the middle of the group with my spell book out and just
Oh.
jotting down notes.
So I looked into this after I said I would 2 weeks ago. I've almost ran those. So spell scrolls. There is a difference between a scroll with a spell on it and a scroll of blah to cast. But
Right.
you can attempt to write both to your spell book.
Really?
Yes, it works a little bit differently. Basically, if you come across another spell book or something that has the instructions on writing the spell out, that's time
Yeah.
and money to do. A spell scroll, like, hey, this has the incantation part of it, you can try to reverse engineer, for example.
Okay.
But that's slightly different. There's an actual check, Arcana related, as you might expect, to complete that, and it has to be something that would normally be in your spell list anyway.
Does it affect the scroll itself if he does poorly on it?
Either case will destroy the spell scroll.
Oof.
Will I get a 2 out of 3 roll chance?
Nah, dog.
Damn. Let's see if the odds are in my
what,
favor.
What in 5e gives you a 2 out of 3 roll chance other than dying?
I'm
that would
putting
be
the
an arcana
Revivify
check.
spell closer to my chest.
I think he
I
actually
don't
has a
have-
couple. I think you guys gave him several of them.
Yeah, they gave me. I'm looking. Scroll of
Fireball
fireball and scroll
Fireball.
of silence.
Link-
At least one of those
link-
is on your spell list. I'd have to check about silence, but probably.
But Fireball's probably.
Well, because I was figuring with, scroll or school of necromancy, silence would be more to my character, honestly. Fireball, if I'm remembering right, is like what, an 8th, 9th level spell.
Nah, it's not that high.
Third level.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, it just so happened. Oh wait, I didn't level up to 3. Well, shoot. Okay.
Okay, so with the whole rest thing, leveling up. I guess for me, the only thing is the ability score.
Yep.
And how do I do that?
So here's what you can do when you get to a class level that lets you do that. Remember, that is a class level, not a character level thing. So let's say this doesn't apply to anybody here, but just since we're talking about it, if you are a 1-1-1, getting to level 4 doesn't get you anything. So you would choose either to take 2 to 1 score, or 1 split between 2 scores that you add to permanently, or you can take a feat.
A feat?
Yeah, so if you look in the player's handbook, there are different feats. So I'll give you an example. So I play a paladin, and he's got the polearm master feat. So basically, whenever he's using a polearm, it lets him do an extra attack with the butt end of the weapon, and if anybody comes within range, he gets a free opportunity attack. Stuff like that. There's
like bonuses, basically.
Yeah, they're bonuses. So I will say this, and you're of course free to play your characters whatever you want. You should not take only feats. The reason I say that is eventually your bonuses are going to start lagging behind the creatures that you're fighting.
Okay.
So if you could conceivably take no feats and only increase your stats, and your character would be fine. Maybe not as flavorful, because some of the feats are pretty cool, but if you took only feats and not stats, your character would be pretty cool, but it might find itself in trouble in combat sometimes.
Unless you just roll monstrously high on all stats.
Yeah, I'm sort of getting away from the roll stats, honestly. I really like doing the standard array / point buy because A, it means that you have a low stat, which is good. I like people with lower stats because you have to kind of deal with that. Like if your character's a douche or ditzy or dumb or, weak or whatever. And then also, I just don't have time to write my own worlds completely. I mean, I modify these guys pretty good, pretty decently. But it's still to work within the realm. It's less work for me overall if people's stats are a little bit more in line. Nobody really rolled ridiculously in this group, so it worked out okay. But that's why I do the new characters. I had them do the point buy.
Do feats apply to every class? Because I'm reading the ability score improvement for my class, and it doesn't say that. It just says that I can.
Feat is an alternate. It's an optional rule. That being said, there are feats that have requirements.
So at this point, would I just be better off doing the ability score and worrying about a feat later on?
Probably.
Did you guys level up after the last adventure?
Well,
I did not.
Yeah, but we didn't do a long rest. I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We rested on the way back from on the way back from Pragma.
Okay, so but the only thing is the ability score improvement for me. So
yeah, it'd be
mine in strength.
HP and ability score.
Yeah, HP and ability score.
I mean, I'll say this: if you level up now, and you send me a message like later in the week, like, hey, I did this, but I really, really want to do this. I'll probably let you do it.
I'll just do the ability. Do I just? It's 1 to 2, so there's 2 points, and I can use 1 point on 2 separate ones, or 2 points on one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you can either put 2 in, say, Dex, or put 1 in Dex and 1 in Intelligence.
That's actually what I was thinking about doing, because my dex is pretty high, and my intelligence is pretty low.
Yeah, do whatever you want, man. Whatever you
Almost
want
a
to do
no-brainer.
for your character.
James, real quick, because I don't have my book. What do I get at level 3? I do apologize.
For
Wizard.
wizardry, level
I know
3,
I get the 3rd level spell or something.
you get 2 second level spells. So you
2
go
second level spells?
you go from 3 cantrips and 3 first level spell slots to 3 cantrips, 4 first level spell slots, and 2 second level spells. And then I don't know if you have anything else. Obviously, your total number of spells known as well.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know if I need to tell you, but I'm going to. My intelligence will be a 9 now, and my dexterity will be a 17.
Cool beans. Make sure you put in your character sheet.
Okay, so we hit it out. Caden, can you hear us?
So, you would gain another spell known to your total list, because it's your wizard level plus your intelligence modifier is the maximum number of spells that you can know. Yours is actually probably not particularly high because your character is kind of a middle ground guy.
A little bit. I'm actually looking for the slots. That's what I'm having trouble with here.
What, in your character sheet?
Yeah.
It's under class, I believe. Bring that up. Raise.
BRB.
Okay.
Hmm.
Character sheet. So on your core page, for one, there's spell
Okay.
slots right next to your HP. The right of it.
Oh, okay.
So you would change that to 4 and 2. And then under spells, you would just, put them all in. Yeah, when I change it on mine, it changes yours too. But that's where you put them in, the spell slots right there.
Yeah, I didn't. Alrighty. And then I think I get a hit dice too, right? Like I go up 1 hit dice.
Yes. You go up either by 4 plus your Constitution modifier, or you can roll for it. I generally recommend taking the average, because if you roll a 1, you can be in pretty
You
rough
gotta
shape.
live with it.
Yeah.
It's like if I roll for it, is there? Yeah, it's like plus my Constitution modifier, isn't it?
Yeah. So what's your Constitution modifier right now?
+2.
Okay, so you would gain somewhere between 3 and 6 HP, or 3 and 8 HP, or just 6.
I think I'll just go up to 6.
I've seen that backfire for people. It's one of the few. It's actually pretty much the only thing besides terrible stat allotment that can actually ruin your character. Like if you
Right.
like 3 levels in a row rolled for it and rolled a minimal on each one, like you're screwed pretty much.
And then
Yeah.
like my actual hit dice, like
Goes
it's
up
like
by
a
1.
D's. Yeah, so 3d6 per.
Yep.
Yeah,
So you have 3 total d6 at this point.
cool. And then I need to find the spell compendium. So I can pick some spells
Use
here.
5e Grimoire. Google 5e Grimoire. That's probably the best one out there. That sorts things really well.
Alrighty. Thought I had a.
Here.
I'm
you.
sorry, I didn't realize you guys had leveled up last time.
I kind of forgot about it too.
It was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it just also means you had 2 weeks to do it.
I completely forgot about it.
Well, I'm done. Because it
You
looks
said
like
I learned 1 second level spell.
You learn, so you get a fourth. You have now 4 first level spell slots and 2 second level
Right.
spell slots. Let's see, and then where the heck did it go? This side. So you can pick any spell from basically your spell list.
Okay.
But you can only have a total number prepared that is equal to your intelligence modifier plus your wizard level. So 3 plus whatever, which might be 1 or 2 at this point.
Okay. Alright, so I learned 1 second level spell. So let's see, what am I gonna pick?
I mean, you could conceivably learn like a 3rd level spell. You just couldn't do anything with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, it's like I only like with every other spellcaster character I've ever had. It's like if I don't have spell slots for it, I don't try to learn it unless I get it on a piece of paper or I learn it via other means. So let's see.
You are moderately stealthy, Link. What are you doing?
I'm just ducking behind this bush and popping back out
Okay. You
like a jack in the box for no reason.
do that somewhat successfully. Is there, who's still away from the keyboard right now?
Not me.
I'm here.
John, you here?
Yes, sir.
Did you level
Caden?
up too?
I didn't know we did level up, so I hadn't leveled up because I didn't know that we
Well-
did or not.
What's your total XP at?
I don't think we got any for last session because we came in at level 2 and we had that small fight, but I didn't see anything about what XP was given out.
Oh, so Raze and John, you guys are probably both at still level 2 then, I would think.
Well, because
Yeah, 'cause
level
I think-
2 becomes level 3 at 900 experience.
So you guys would have had
Yeah.
300 to start, and I think everybody got like what, $1.60 last time?
Something like
Right.
that. So I guess I would be at 2 then.
Yeah. You guys are
Never
probably
mind
at
then.
like 460 XP total.
Because we leveled up. We only leveled up because we were like 2 away from the last game. The game
Okay.
before last.
My bad.
That's all right.
So spell slots would go down,
And HP.
and HP would go back down. To
Also,
16.
I forgot to ask, Brian. You bought
Yeah.
medium armor last week. Is your character proficient with medium armor?
I'm not proficient with any armor. I got. Hold on, I'll pull it up real quick. I got hide armor, and it did not give me any disadvantage for stealth, so that's why I chose it. It was
So
like the highest.
the only thing about
armor
5e
that I
is you have to be proficient in armor you're wearing to be able to cast spells in it.
could- Okay. So that's gonna be a bother.
Yeah. So if you want to just delete it and put 10 gold back in your inventory, that's fine too. I should have caught that last week.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that because I have mage armor as a spell. So
You can get it later with a feed, maybe. Am I right?
Yeah, it's possible. possible. There are like proficiencies you can gain through feats and whatnot.
Okay.
Anyway, so what are you guys doing?
Heading
Well,
east
well.
on foot.
To
Okay.
Old Owl Will.
And then during the
Yeah.
walk, am I able to try to copy one of the spells into my spell book? I know that takes time and gold pieces.
Um,
Or is that like a stationary thing that I need to do?
you would need to do that during the rest between the two. Yeah. So, what spell are you trying to copy?
Go back into inventory. Scroll of Silence. I wanted to copy and get into my spell book.
All right. Bring up silence here.
And I believe it should be a first level spell.
Silence is a second level illusion spell, ritual as well.
Okay.
All right, so give me an Arcana check.
Arcana?
Yep.
I need to pull up this little thing here. Arcana. Make sure I'm pressing the right one.
All right, so you spend the night studying this scroll that has the the spell silence on it. Lucas, you rolled a 1 for some reason, and
Recovering charges.
okay. Oh, that's right, for your necklace or your holy symbol. You were able to copy the spell into your spell book.
Yay!
James, while Laurelin is walking or moving, obviously through any area, I'm going to attempt to be looking for herbs throughout the area. Since I
Give
have
me a
herbalism.
survival check. Plus the bonus with your kit, whatever that is. Also, Raise, that costs 50 gold to do so.
50 gold?
Mhm.
Alrighty.
Materials necessary, essentially. What's going on, Link?
I was gonna see if I could check for
Woo!
poisonous berries or anything like that.
Laurelin rolled a natural 20 on his herbalism check with an herbalism kit of +5.
Damn.
John, you're able to, Laurelin, you're able to gather up, you recognize a form of moss that's used in medicinal healing. It won't give you any instant effect, but you find the equivalent and you are able to make 3 healer's kits.
Okay.
What do healers kits do?
If you have the healer feats, you can actually restore HP with them, but if you don't, you can use them to like stabilize people and things of that nature.
Well, that's useful in itself. So
Yeah, it is a little bit more useful than it has been in some edition. Yeah, it's basically a kit: leather, bandages, salve, splints. It's got 10 uses, so finding 3 is 30 uses of healing kit essentially, so he can stabilize Caden 30 times after he gets shot with an arrow.
That'll be handy.
It will be. Caden has been unconscious like what, 3 or 4 times now?
5.
5? Is it up to 5? Jesus. Okay. Link, you can do a nature check as well, I suppose, or a survival check as well.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm back.
Okay. Natural 20. Okay.
Natural 20s.
2 natural 20s, 3 natural 20s in the course of 2 rolls, really. So
They're all
you,
gone.
Eyeball.
yeah, you used
Yeah.
them up now, but I hope you don't get into a fight. you are able to find some of the mild poison berries. So you were able to make 4 arrows this time around that, upon hitting successfully, will inflict disadvantage for 1 round. Basically, till the end of that creature's next turn.
Useful, considering our owlbear fight.
Yeah, very useful, in fact. Advantage and disadvantage are big. There's no flat bonuses or penalties anymore, but advantage and disadvantage is kind of where that comes into play. Okay, anybody else want to do any random skill checks in the wilderness while we're walking along the road?
Like to bust the move.
I'd like to see if we're being observed or followed anywhere.
All right, sure.
If
Give me
we're
a
being-
perception check.
With a flat 0 bonus. Oh boy.
18.
Not bad.
18. So, God, you guys are burning these rolls right now. 25, 22, 24, 24, 18, 19 on the fucking road in the middle of nowhere. Yeah,
So
you
in
don't
combat,
see.
we're all gonna-
You don't see
And
anything.
then we all die to zombies.
You don't see anything out of the ordinary. It doesn't seem to be
Lucas,
anyone using
Yeah,
this
yeah,
trail
yeah.
right now. So, okay. Anything else?
Just out of curiosity, what was the 1d4 for that I saw that Lucas rolled?
His charges. He was recovering charges on his.
From the necklace that saved your guys' life a couple times.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a check I want to do.
What kind of wood are the trees?
What check is that, Raise?
I would like to do an animal handling check. See if I can get a little woodland critter to hide out on my shoulder and accompany me, I guess.
Give me a survivalism check first.
Survivalism first.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Oh, if I can get that little subtext to go away.
8. You are unable to
There it
get
is.
close enough to any woodland creatures to attempt something like that.
Damn. Chipmunks don't like me today.
They do not.
They sense the necromancy and
Yeah, the backstory I came up with,
Saw that, yeah.
would kind of frighten them.
Okay.
Oh, with the backstory, I wanted to ask James, do I get a dead bird companion? Little zombie bird. Excuse me, little zombie bird.
No. If you ever take Find Familiar, we can maybe work it into a dead familiar of some sort. But
Nice.
it would have decomposed by now.
Damn it. Alrighty. I just figured I'd ask.
Okay. Anyway. Fuck. All right. We were doing something. I don't even remember anymore. Old Owl
we were
Well, I
walking.
think.
Going to the old owl well.
Yes.
Okay.
just took us twice as long as expected.
Jesus. Yeah. After a murderously long time finding their inner selves in the middle of the wilderness. All right, so you guys continue along. It takes about a day. You wake up the next morning. It takes a better part of that next day, and you're kind of going through these rolling hills. You don't notice really anything out of place on the road. It seems dead, though. You know that the Tribor Trail is a relatively well-used trail linking Tribor and Neverwinter and a few other towns on the Sword Coast. So it's a little bit interesting that there's not that much going on. But you're coming over the crest of this one hill in the road, and you see out in the distance this low ridge. You can see the crumbling ruins of a watchtower off in the distance. And it's basically, even from this distance, you can see a relatively large, colorful tent that's been set up in this little plaza around where this crumbling tower is. So yeah, you're maybe about an hour's walk from there.
Okay, so what does it look like?
basically a square-walled courtyard with crumbling walls, and what you can see was the base of a circular tower at some point in time. It's just mostly collapsed. It can't be more than like a story and a half tall.
How far along the trail are we towards the destination?
Like 90% of the way, if not more. Probably 95% of the way.
Do you think that's it?
I'd say odds are that seems to be right about the.
Why would there
Yeah,
be
that's
a
it,
tent?
the. Well, I mean, I guess the stories of the undead in the area had to come from somebody. Maybe he's the one that passed the news along.
Or made up the
Don't know what you said.
me?
Yeah.
Or
I kind of.
I said, or made up the rumor himself.
Who knows, right? So what do you guys do?
I look up from
I-
my book
I-
because I heard that someone mention undead, so I kind of get a little bit perky and attentive. Big smile across my face.
So what do you do?
say?
Oh,
Well,
you-
I recommend approaching with caution.
Yeah, I sneak towards the tent.
Yeah, I'm going to sneak towards the tent too.
Agreed.
okay.
Don't follow. Do stand ready.
Yep, I'm behind
have
Lucas
my-
just in case.
My
All right.
spell book's at the ready. I'm sitting in the back of the group, by the way.
Put yourself
Listening
wherever
attentively.
you see fit. In terms
Okay.
of that corner up there. So you can see the top of the tower over the walls here. And, it's broad daylight. Maybe getting towards late afternoon, but for the most part, visibility is still fine.
So where's this
Whoa.
tent?
So the tent is the non-colorful tent that I could find, but just let's pretend it's colorful.
Okay.
A pink.
Okay,
I'm going to stand over here, try to keep to the shadows as best I can, which is probably not a good at all.
Give me a stealth check with disadvantage.
Noted. Oh,
6. 6, and you
Oh.
orgasmed, apparently. Okay. Laurelyn, what are you up to?
I'm going to head down in here.
Laurelyn, as you approach, you're a little bit more attentive than the rest. You notice that it's like completely silent in the area, and you detect the faint smell of decay coming from somewhere nearby.
Mm.
At this point, I look at Lucas and then I ask him, should I charge in the middle of it?
not yet. We don't know what we're fighting yet.
Yeah, good thing there's no fucking door there, huh?
Should I roll a stealth check? I'd like to try to get closer to the tent, and then a perception check.
Yep.
Can I make a perception check, see if I see anything from where I am?
And
Sure.
while he's
Oh,
checking
God.
out the tent, I'm going to make
7.
a.
I fall over the rocks.
You can't see anything from where you are. That's a 22.
And-
More stealthy. You ninja vanish, essentially.
And I'm basically heading around this way. I'm trying to see if we can just sort of scouting everything out.
So inside the tower is still dark. Because of the collapsed walls, essentially, you just can't really make out anything inside. With your dark vision, you think you can see the interior a little bit, but it's difficult. The partial collapse is basically made almost like a cave out of this former tower.
Very neat.
I'll take a sort of move back this way a little bit, just making sure I stay away from the opening.
So as
we'll
you
try to-
get close, you can hear what sounds like a little bit of shuffling and moaning coming from inside.
Oh God. Do we hear wet slapping?
Do we hear any?
No, you don't. So Laurelin, what are you doing right now?
I'm gonna scoot down this way a little bit.
Okay. As you walk into the courtyard here, apparently your walking has drawn attention of something or other, and you hear basically what starts to sound like a massive shambling movement. And I need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative.
Crap!
Hey, you just walked out into the courtyard, man. Don't blame me.
Oh.
Nice.
Damn.
Told you, you guys used up those rolls.
Fellas are in surprise.
I tried to roll initiative and it did not let me.
You have to
Click
select
on
your
Click on your character.
Token.
Okay.
All right.
That's the highest initiative I've ever rolled.
Which
That's
one
the
is it? The
lowest.
red? No, the red's movement.
No, you don't need. You just need to have your token selected and then press the initiative.
By the way.
Oh, okay. There we go. I got an 11.
Powerful minus 0.01.
Holy crap.
Hey, that's a lot
Those
of
are
initiatives.
visible.
Yeah, that's a lot of
boy.
them.
Caden, step
Okay, that's
away
a lot
from the
of-
tower. Some of them might have bows.
Okay.
So I'm
So-
just gonna go ahead and go right there.
So you guys are where you're standing pretty much at this point. So right off the bat, Laurelin, you get to go first, but you do see, let's see, what looks to be a decaying corpse shambling out of the tower, the ruined tower in front of you.
From where? From in here?
Yeah, from right there, actually.
And I only see one?
Right now, yeah.
Okay.
And there you go. But you're starting to definitely, you've caused a commotion. You can hear plenty going on inside this tower at this point.
And I'm going to cast that right inside.
Right. What did you cast? Entangle. Okay, so 20
Entangle.
foot square. So use green, I guess, for that. So you cause entangling to. This basically casts behind the one that's already coming out, but you can definitely see roots kind of prop up as far as you can see in the edges. So you know the spell has taken hold inside.
Okay.
And now I have to do that a million times.
Some of my screen is blacked out. Is that due to?
Yeah.
That's
like,
due to him.
vision?
Like fog of war kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Intentional.
Okay, well, yep, that was pretty effective.
Damn.
Gonna mark the ones not affected. Probably save me some time. Okay. Anything else?
That's 1, 2, 3,
And
5.
in 5e, you can still move like your full distance.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 more. Oh, okay, so that's 11 of them.
Yep. That's about 30. Let's say that's about 30.
Yep.
Okay. Which brings us to Lucas.
Okay. Are we treating? How far can I get with 30?
You can not quite get within melee range. You could be about 7 feet away from the closest guy.
How far away is Salazar to Caden?
Salazar to Caden. It's about 30 feet even.
Okay. I'm going to try to get as close to Caden as I can.
You can get to right here.
Okay. I do that, and I'm going to use Divine Sense just to see if I can get a good idea of how many there are.
You detect 12 zombies. And in fact,
This will be
that's
fun.
good enough, but you can pretty much figure out where they're located. Basically, a big mass of undead right in front of you.
This got fun.
Anything else?
Do I have anything I can use as a bonus action? I can't see any of them, can I?
At that distance, yeah, you can see the one right there in front of you, pretty much. On the edge of the green.
Now you said the
Okay,
ones that are
good enough.
marked are the ones that are not entangled, right?
The ones in green are not entangled. Yeah, it was a lot less work for me to just do that.
Okay.
Okay, then is that okay? Then as a bonus, I will mark the one I can see with Hunter's Mark.
Oh, that's right, you're a Vengeance Paladin. Like, what? Okay. So that guy now has... what's a good one? Hunter's Mark. There we go. Okay. What else?
And that's all I got. That's all I got.
Okay. Caden, it is your turn.
Okay, so since I'm going to assume that they all the zombies turned this way and looked this way when they heard Laurelin and then got entangled, I'm going to try to sneak around back this way and come up behind the one that Lucas Hunter's marked.
Okay, I will need a new stealth roll for that.
Okay. Hold on.
There's so many of them.
He does
Damn.
not see you coming.
Okay, then I'm going to pull out, and I can finally do this now. I'm going to pull out both rapiers.
So fucking ridiculous. You took that feat, huh?
Yes, I did.
Yep. La 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 la.
Oh,
That's pretty
yes,
much what you're doing. And those things. You
Yep.
ever seen a rapier? I mean, those things are like, it's a long
I
sword.
know. It's entirely ridiculous, and I love it.
Okay. No nuts.
So,
Metal stick.
for a main hand rapier.
Yeah, 22 will hit.
Do I get sneak attack because he's
Oh yeah.
okay?
What type of rogue are you again?
Assassin.
Yeah, you can assassinate him actually.
Oh, so then that means I get to roll
Another
2D.
D6.
Yeah, another D6, and do I need to roll sneak attack damage twice as well?
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay,
Fucking rogues.
so-
Well, glad
Don't
I
let
picked
him get
for
behind you.
D8.
It's actually just because this guy hasn't acted yet.
plus 3 for
Just
the
tell me
Rogue
total
and
rogue,
high
damage.
initiative are a danger to all.
and then
Aw.
it is 2d6 with no modifier for the extra sneak attack.
All right, so what's the total?
7, 4, so that's 11.
21.
Plus 6 plus 4.
So you come up
21.
behind this thing, and you just go to town with your rapiers. It looks in pretty rough shape, but it is still on its feet.
Okay, so that was main hand, and then offhand rapier.
Okay. A 22 will hit again. All right. And for 7 damage. So you drop this thing, and it crumples to the ground dead. But after a moment, it starts to stir, gets back up.
I'm just waiting for it to be Link's turn, and just basically murder everyone. And when it comes to be my turn,
Link's-
there's no one left.
Link's back here.
Since I'm guessing it fell to the ground. Can I
Yes, it is
move
prone.
away and not take opportunity attack from it?
It'll still get one. It'll just be at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay, then I'm going to move away.
Okay. Oh, it's fucked up, I see. Guess I hadn't fixed this guy yet.
About 15.
Does that hit you?
7.
You said it had disadvantage, so no, it does not.
Okay. Alright, so that should be fixed now. That must be like one of the few creatures that I don't have set up correctly still, because I pretty much never use these guys. Alright. So that misses you. So as it just kind of takes a clumsy swipe at you as you, back away. Is that it? Caden?
Caden.
Okay, we'll just say he's done for now. Alright, so let's see. This guy does... What's the DC on your Entangle again? 13?
I think that. Oh, that was up there. Ways 13 strength.
13. Alright, so that... one zombie who's currently restrained tries to break free, but he is not able to do so.
So not only would we not be able to hit these guys, but when we do hit them, it won't kill them. Cool.
Let's see what this guy... he also does not break free. Let's see, that guy... also does not break free of the entangle. Let's see. That one does. So one of the zombies manages to just power through these vines and steps out, and it comes up here and it's going to attack Lucas, mindlessly swinging with its decaying limbs. Ooh, so that'll hit. Hits this huge, just double swing as it kind of comes around the corner and catches you off guard. But your armor is able to take most of the blow, luckily, and you take 4 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
That'll end its turn.
First blood.
Let's see. That guy, let's see if he makes his. He does not. So at this point, you hear a rustling from the tent, and from there, you see.
Wouldn't I have sensed? Wouldn't I have sensed that one too?
Got your face. And as this happens, you see a human male emerge from the tent and kind of survey what's going on. And he runs out a little bit and says, "Halt! Wait! Stop what you're doing! Nobody move!" So, what do you guys do? How do you guys respond to that?
Are these yours?
Says, yes, they're mine. And where are you standing, Reyes?
I am right behind Salazar. I was actually going to ask if I can make out his face from where I'm standing.
You can make out his face. You don't recognize him, but your own training, you instantly recognize this. Despite what he's wearing on the little token, he's wearing red robes and has a tattoo on his forehead, and you recognize him based on your own studies. This is a necromancer, red wizard of Thay.
I relay that to everyone, and I say, be wary of this one. He may be crafty. Just keep your eyes on him.
And he says, "That's very rude, by the way. I'm right here."
Well, considering that your undead followers have attacked my comrades, I feel that was an appropriate response.
Says, "I will call them off if you will stand down. Just, I didn't realize you were here, and they reacted without me being here."
Well, I can't speak for the others, but I will give you a chance.
I ask him why does he need so many undead?
Says, "My business is my own, but suffice to say, this is my area of study."
Surely there are better means of security.
Well, for you, maybe, but these are pretty effective for me, wouldn't you say?
Fair enough.
Can I do an insight?
Sure, go ahead.
It's not gonna be good or anything, but
13.
Oh.
Seems like he's stating facts. He's very curt, but you don't detect deception.
I ask him what is he studying exactly?
He just, "What do you think, boy?" And he points to one of the shambling zombies that's now had been attacking Lucas, but is just standing there, kind of slack-jawed.
I lower my weapon. I don't sheath it, but I step back from the zombie.
As you get a better look at this guy, you see he's a pretty stout human. Like, he's not built like maybe your typical mage, what you might think of as your typical mage. He's got a bald head with a tattoo in the center, and in bright red robes. A very stern look on his face.
Are we in initiative still?
That depends. Do you want to be?
Well, I'd like to step out from behind the wall, I guess.
What about the rest of you?
I will get. I'm trying to put it in between, like right here.
Or I guess I can yell over the wall.
I mean,
I'm definitely not putting the rapiers away when I've seen this many zombies. So,
but does anybody
They're staying out.
intend to attack?
No.
Not at the moment.
Not
right this
not at the
second,
moment.
no.
Okay, so
Not
I will
right now.
clear the initiative list. Then.
Okay. I will go and I ask, if you control these zombies, then who's been attacking caravans and stuff up here?
Certainly not my creatures, as he gets this kind of look on his face. You've sort of snuck up on him a little bit, but says there was a band of orcs that were causing quite a bit of trouble in this region. They only made the mistake of coming here once. And he points, and you realize that two of the zombies are definitely orcish in their previous life.
Yes, we encountered those as well.
They're dead now.
Says, this is typically not a well-traveled spot. What are you doing here?
Well, we heard that caravans were being attacked, and there were also rumors of a horde of undead coming out of the Old Owl Well.
I would hardly call this a horde.
Well, you know, townsfolk.
Indeed. Regardless, I assure you that I have not attacked anybody. 18 on your insight check. As far as you can tell,
Yeah.
he is annoyed but telling the truth.
So you aren't causing any trouble to anyone?
No, not at all. I'm here to study my particular field, and that's all. There are some interesting magical aspects to some of the ruins in this area. But
If zombies, sorry,
Is that right?
yes, this old this ruin here, it dates back farther than most people think, and I've been trying to determine details about it. But those damn orcs, they make it hard for me to bring supplies in. I wouldn't mind somebody dealing with them.
I think you should be a little more well off in that area now.
What do you mean?
They're
As I
all
said,
dead.
we encountered them.
Great. I was going to offer a reward, but it's glad to hear that you've done it already.
like, oh, there was a few stragglers. You know, I could clean them up for some gold.
Give me a deception check.
I just roll my eyes.
He does not believe you. He says, very funny, elf. No, thank you, though. I do appreciate it for what it's worth. If you're looking for pay, I may have something else that would interest you, though.
I have an idea. If you would allow me to look around these ruins to kind of inspect the magical properties of them, that would suffice for me.
By all means. It won't affect me at all.
Yeah, you and Rays here are kindred spirits, I suppose.
And as I'm looking around, I say, I suppose, boy.
Forget how old your character is sometimes.
52.
Yeah. So you're actually older than this gentleman as well. He's probably in his early 40s.
I asked if zombies were attacking caravans, where would they be from?
As,
Because we were told undead were attacking people.
I assure you, I have not been attacking anybody, and I would certainly be aware of other undead in the region. And it's probably just hysterical townfolk.
Well, perhaps we could make a deal if you'll be willing to, especially since the orc be an issue, maybe thin down your guardians a good number so that maybe the townsfolk won't notice them. Call it a win-win for everybody, because even if we were to decide to leave and leave this alone, there's no guarantee that other townsfolk wouldn't call other adventurers.
Link says no victim.
Can I
This
take a
mini
look?
would. Go ahead.
Can I take a look around, DM? Can I take a look around the premises? I guess. How much of what's inside can be seen from out by the road? Do you think?
Very little. If you got close enough, potentially. Like,
How did they even see all of them?
I says, well, I do, bring these guys out and have them stand guard occasionally. I didn't see it necessary right now, but I do have them posted around the area occasionally.
I ask, whose land is this, technically? Is this just nobody's land?
This is nobody's land. That's why I set up shop here.
No victim, no crime.
In fact, you can go ahead and tell the townspeople that these undead are no threat to them. I know their simple minds will likely have trouble with this concept, but as long as they don't come in here unabashedly attacking them for no reason, like some I have seen, and he just kind of stares at you, says they're of no danger to anybody.
Hey, we were told undead were attacking people, and then they attacked us.
Well, partially
we
I am
reacted in
responsible
time.
for that, but I did not realize you were here. They're typically under a very tight leash.
Bad circumstances. I suppose.
Raise for your history check.
Well,
As you-
I just been kind of doing. I just did like
Well,
3.
you get the
just
first one of
studying.
15.
Okay.
You vaguely recall that this may be an ancient ruin that was built upon several times because of its central location along a route. But as to the exact um, like lineage of that, you're not sure.
Okay. All right. After just satisfying my own inquiries, I approach the young necromancer, and I ask, "How far have your studies gone, young one?"
He does not take particularly kindly to that, but he answers regardless and says, "Well, I've been discovering that there's a somewhat magical nature to this area in general. The original tower, I believe, was constructed by a powerful mage, and I am attempting to learn who that is, but as of yet have been unsuccessful. However,
Because it'll wear off soon, anyways, I dismiss my hunter's mark.
sure. He says, however, I have heard of an entity nearby that has divination powers and may be able to answer that for me. If you're looking to
I'm
make
sorry.
some coin, you might be able to help me here.
Shall
My
I see
headphone
your
cut out.
notes? Your research materials, maybe.
You absolutely may not,
And why,
My
pray
phone-
tell, would that be, boy?
because my business is my own, old man.
I
Okay, my
see.
headphone cut out. What did he say was close by that could?
He said there was an entity that has powers of divination that he would like to ask, basically. But
Did I
looked
hear
at Ca-
him say that?
I looked at.
yes,
I say it wouldn't happen to be a one-eyed creature, would it?
to my knowledge, no. The creature I'm talking about is a banshee, or she goes by Agatha. She's nearby an old ruin of a town called Coneyberry. However, I have been unable to have her show her face to me. She has very great powers of divination, and I feel she would know who built this tower, which could help me continue my research.
I nudge Caden and say, Agatha, isn't that...
Yep.
It seems
Yeah,
what paths may have been meant to cross.
Turn off the epic music now.
But it's adding to the conversation.
It was when you two were talking.
For a second there, I thought you two were just going to have a wizard
Necro
battle.
off.
No, I see no need.
I
I
could-
approach.
You mean a
Lucas-
wizard and 12 zombie battle?
I approach Lucas and Caden and whisper, maybe we should take him with us. He may be of some use with Agatha.
we
I
can ask him.
suppose.
We can ask.
'Tis not
If
my
you know-
place, but feel free.
I go up to this guy. I said, what is your name, sorcerer?
My name is Hammond Coast.
I offer my hand.
He takes it. As always, Roman style. Okay.
Lucas of Rhinefell.
Well
if
met.
you are going towards learning more about this from this banshee Agatha, we are searching for a diviner named Agatha as well. They may indeed be the same.
I can only assume that's the only entity like that I've detected around here. I visited her lair,
Do you-
but unfortunately I feel that, well, I may be a bit too prickly for her to appear to me. She is very vain and flattery appeals to her. I just am not skilled in the way of such things.
Well, we would not require your skills with the with tongue, but if you could guide us there, we would be happy to.
What are you investigating,
Ask.
Raze?
Ray, stop performing an autopsy on the zombie.
No, I'm keeping my distance, but I was basically going to go up to each of the zombie and inspect. I didn't know if it was investigation or
Yeah, that'd be
arcana.
investigation. I'll get to that in a minute.
And I was going to see basically the craftsmanship of the spell that he's using to control them, and I wanted to see how well his, I guess, abilities or powers, whatever you want to say, have progressed
Physically or magically?
magically.
Give me an Arcana check too, then.
Arcana
Link
check.
or Lucas, what were you saying?
If you could guide us there, come with us. We'd be more than happy to ask on your behalf.
I'm far too busy to do so, but I can certainly point it out on your map.
That would be helpful.
So he takes your map and he says you pretty much already have it on here, but he marks the town of Coneyberry, and then he marks just to the northwest of it, and marks that slightly into the Neverwinter Wood.
Thank you.
But of course, there is a monetary reward associated with this, should you assist me.
Okay, now Ray's can do his thing.
All right. Well, one quick, Salazar, what are you doing during all this?
Right now, just hearing.
Okay.
Nothing in particular.
All right. So you between the natural 20 for your investigation and the 18 on your Arcana check, you are thoroughly impressed by the quality of this man's work. These are well put together zombies. He seems to have total control over them in terms of command. And as you've already seen, they're relatively hardy, and they're not decaying at a particularly high rate. So you would guess that this man is a pretty skilled necromancer.
Can I tell how new the corpses are?
Yeah, it varies. Some of them looks to be dug out of the ground somewhere. The orcs are obviously in the early stages of decomposition still, and they vary. But a lot of them look to be very old, almost mummified, but still zombies.
Okay. After inspecting these zombies, I guess I just kind of walk around in an arc and walk by the necromancer and pat him on the shoulder and say, "Very nice work. I like what you've done. You're progressing very well."
And he warms to this a little bit. He's still a little bit cold because you get the idea that he maybe thinks of himself very highly, but he at least appreciates that you appreciate the craftsmanship.
From one necromancer to another.
And I'm just going to throw this out here to Hamond. Have you ever heard of a location called the Scar? I believe that's what we found out it was called.
I can't say that I have, but I'm relatively new to the area. I'm from Thay originally, which is far to the east.
Okay, I was just curious.
Nothing springs to mind.
Thank you. I turn to the rest of them. To Coneyberry, then?
Before we go, I'll holler over to Link. Link, come over here for a moment. I know that you seem to have a connection with the Scar earlier. I want to see if maybe you get the same vibe over here that you did there.
Can I try to peek into his tent as I walk by it?
Give me a stealth check.
Fingers crossed, buddy.
So are you trying to go in, or are you just trying to, like, lift the flap?
Like, yeah, just like peek in it.
Sleight of hand, then, please.
Probably not going to be good.
22.
Yeah.
So
Probably not.
you peek in, and it looks like you get a quick look. It looks like a relatively comfortable traveler's suite. I mean, it's still a tent, but he's got a cot in there. There is a rug down on the ground. There's a writing desk and a chair. I mean, if you were going to spend an extended period of time in the wilderness, essentially, you could do a lot worse than this.
Okay.
A couple potions and vials and things like that.
So.
Yeah, you have done worse than that, in fact. In fact, your house in town is probably not as nice as this because this has a roof.
We have tarps.
Okay. I guess what would I need to do to see if it feels the same as the scar?
I'll handle that.
I guess I can make a religion check. Can I make a religion check?
Sure, go nuts.
You can always try.
Yeah, you can try anything.
I don't get anything.
Natural 1. You actually feel your connection with Heroni is weakened slightly. No, you don't detect anything. Link, you don't sense anything in this area.
Well, I guess I know what I could do. I kind of don't want to waste a spell slot, though.
And I think I know what you're. And this is just out of character. I think I know what you're thinking of, and I'm pretty sure you would get all the zombies instead. If you're thinking what I'm thinking, I don't know if that would. You could try, and
No, because I didn't even
It's
want to
just-
waste a spell slot to begin with. No.
How far are we from Connerberry?
Half a day. You'd probably have to
Well-
stop overnight again, but you'd be there early the next morning.
We'd be taking a rest anyways, so feel free.
Assuming you don't march through the night. You always have that option. Detect magic. Yeah, you get a very, very faint aura around the tower itself. But it's almost difficult to see. It's so faint.
And is that necrotic magic?
You do sense the necrotic magic from the undead, obviously, because those are being maintained by, this guy right here. But past that, you think that it is likely divination. You get the feeling it's divination.
Okay, I say I don't. It's not connected to the scar. I don't think.
It was worth a try.
yeah, always worth it. And then I'll say, well, I guess we'll return shortly with your answer.
If we get an answer.
It says, and remember, tell the townsfolk to stay away, but as long as they do, it's no danger to them.
Yes.
So if this land doesn't belong to anybody, you can't have loose attack dogs. You got to make sure these zombies are attacking people just because they wander too close. That's not an excuse.
Maybe not. But as you saw, if somebody foolishly wanders into the darkness blind, comes across them, it takes me a moment to step outside. You could have been seriously hurt in that time. So as a precaution, you should let them know.
We'll let them know regardless. I give a small bow and I say we move on. We have places to be.
Then, as we depart, I walk over to him. I hope your research goes very well, sir. May you grow into a fine necromancer.
May you grow into a necromancer at all someday.
Ooh.
Chuckle to myself and tip my cowl.
All right, so what you guys up to?
I guess we start on the road to Connerberry.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys, you head back to the road, and very briefly, and then you turn north. Then you follow it around. You come across the ruins of a town, and you know this basically to be just a demarcation point on your map. It's long since abandoned. There's no standing structure, grass and vegetation overgrowing everywhere. and you head north. At which point, so are you resting tonight, or are you taking a?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then, as everybody's resting, I'm gonna go ahead and try that animal handling thing again.
Survivalism first.
Yeah. Give me a survival roll.
Very last one. There we go. Yay!
21. You managed to see some woodland creatures nearby.
Anything
Chipmunks,
specific?
squirrels, a couple birds. They're keeping their distance.
Let's see if they'll come a little bit near me.
You're able to
kind of
keep
get them.
pretty still. And,
Oh,
yeah.
never mind.
So as you finally stay still enough, long enough to try and become
by the woodland creature.
become one with nature, you go to pet a squirrel, and at this point, a white rabbit comes almost out of nowhere, bites your hand, hurting you far more than you thought it could, and then runs off down into what looks like a small rabbit hole / cave.
Feeling slight irritation, I go to the rabbit hole. Give me 1 second. I'm checking spell lists here.
Good God.
What are you? How far away from you? How far away from you?
This
far away
is
from
within
campus?
sight of him. Like he's like maybe several yards, like maybe a dozen yards, maybe 20 yards away. I mean, he's around.
I just kind of walk over to where I see him dip into his hole, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I walk over to his hole. I raise my hand just right over it, and I cast. Let's see. I cast poison spray down into the hole.
So you you hold your hand out and you shoot this poison down into the rabbit hole. You don't hear anything, but you have completely filled this hole with the poison spray, doing 14 poison damage to anything that would be caught inside.
And thus
Mage,
you
what are you
awaken.
doing?
Fucking rabbits.
And you have just awakened Treebeard.
So as I hold my hand, I turn and walk away.
Okay.
Go sit down on a tree. Fucking rabbits.
I look at his hand and the bubbling, smoking crater that it was the rabbit hole, and I say,
He'll fit right in.
Okay. So ridiculous. Oh, by the way, just for future reference, you could also cast detect magic as a ritual link.
Does it, if you cast that as a ritual, does that still use up a spell slot?
Takes time.
No.
Takes time.
Okay.
I don't remember how long the ritual takes. I think an hour, but yeah, you can do
You
that
would've
for some
gotten-
spells.
the necromancer would have gotten way sick of us by then.
That being said,
Yeah.
because this happened during a rest, you are actually down a spell slot at the start of the next day.
Me?
Yep.
That was a cantrip.
Oh, it was a cantrip?
That was a
Okay, so
cantrip.
you're good. You're
Yeah.
good then.
I made sure.
Yeah, you made sure to make sure at least it was a cantrip first. All right.
Did you lose any health from that? Did you lose any health from the rabbit?
No.
Just a rabbit.
So eventually you head north the next day, past the ruins of Coneyberry, and you find yourself in a clearing in the woods, and you come across an overgrown but still separate from the nature around it cabin in the woods. No relation to the movie. At least you don't think so. Alrighty.
Does it look? Are there any lights inside?
Yeah, they have some beautiful sconce lighting from Bed Bath & Beyond. Nothing yet. You don't see it's dark inside. I mean, you can still see somewhat okay, right? It's in mid morning, so it's bright out. But you come across this cabin, and exterior just looks like an old, rundown cabin. And you can-
Salazar, whatever you do, You do not open the door.
I think that Caden and I should go, just the two of us to start with.
Can I go look at the door?
You can look at the door all you want. You don't open it.
But
And
I
don't
mean,
get
it
too
has a
close
hand-
to it. Don't get too close to it either. We
It
don't want
has
to.
a hand. It has a
don't want to-
handle and everything.
We don't
So
want to.
I'm going to move up to the door and going to try to just sort of
I think that's a
slide.
window.
I
Just
think it's a window.
That is a window.
window. Okay, well, look in the window first.
You look
See
in the
if it
window
knows
and you
anything.
see an old, rundown cabin. There's broken furniture around, an old fireplace from the looks of it. The window itself is broken, no longer any
Can I go-
glass in it.
I'm gonna go around the house. Can you see? What can you see?
Okay, then I'll leave.
I call out. Is anyone there?
You get no response. Salazar, you see, you get close. It looks like a cellar entrance, but it's actually been backfilled at some point. There's just dirt there. There's an old brackish well nearby. It looks like it just hasn't been maintained. Probably never was re-cleared. It looks completely run down.
Can I check for tracks?
Yeah. Give me a survival check.
Alright. I'll keep going around the
Guess
house.
another window.
Can I try to, if I can think back to my time either at the monastery or anything I might know, if I can recall anything I know about banshees,
Are we in the woods?
Yeah.
would that be religion or history?
You are in the woods, so you do get advantage on that 6. It becomes a 20. You detect 2 sets of tracks. One looks to be female, smaller, possibly elven. The other one looks to be a somewhat heavy-set male of some sort. Both are humanoid. But those are the only 2 recently. Beyond that, you can't tell.
Are they going to or from the cabin?
Both.
Both. Can I tell which set is most recent?
Yes, the human, or the male humanoid, the larger humanoid's footprints are more recent.
Going to or from?
Both. They both
So
seem to be
can't-
made within... The to and from tracks seem to be of about the same age for each set. So whoever
So-
came, it doesn't look like they were here very long.
Okay, so I can't tell if they're in there or gone.
No.
Okay.
Guessing the door's over here.
Yeah, the door
think-
is this guy.
Okay.
I go forward and I knock gently.
You knock on the door, and it simply swings open on its hinge a little bit.
I call inside. If there is a woman named Miss Agatha here, we wish to speak with her.
You hear what sounds like a whisper coming from nowhere in particular. Enter!
And I'll head in.
I head in as well.
Okay. Anybody else? What are you guys doing? Laurelin, you're around the back, it looks like. What are you and Salazar doing?
Yeah, I was keeping an eye on Salazar as he was.
So you learn quickly. Okay.
I guess I'm gonna go with Laurelin and Salazar. That way, it's evenly split up group.
So as you
I motion for Link to stay outside of the door.
So as you step in, appearing pretty much directly between you is a ghostly visage of what looks to be potentially at one point an elven woman, but it's tough to make out the features as they shimmer there a little bit. She nods very slowly and very ethereally towards you and says, I don't get many visitors that are so polite. What can I do for you, young man?
I give a small bow. It is a pleasure to meet you. We have heard of you and we wish to ask for your help.
Ah, well, since you asked so nicely, I could definitely consider it. Give me a persuasion check with advantage. Ooh.
Oh, thank God.
It says,
Wow.
So, do you have something to offer me, or just kind words that you bring today?
I look at Caden. We had all we had was hope that you would be here. We did not know if the stories were true.
Raze, you can now see this apparition as you walk around.
Okay.
So what was that? What were you saying, Caden?
I was going to say I'd take a kind of a deep sigh and turn to Lucas and say I do have something that she may appreciate, and I will take out the silver mirror that Sister
Ariel?
Ariel gave to me.
So at this point, she floats right up to you and looks very excited. It's like, such a splendid gift for me. Oh, thank you. And she holds out her ghostly hand.
And I'll extend it to her and say, such an exquisite gift for such a lovely and powerful spirit. Would you
Smiles and
perchance
chuckles.
be willing to answer a few questions for us?
I have the power to answer your questions. I feel you have many. And she takes the mirror, and even though it looks like it should pass right through her hand, she somehow has purchase on it and is looking at herself and admiring, and she kind of fluffs her hair and says, I'd forgotten how beautiful I was. She looks horrifying, by the way. Just ghostly features, pale, hair just stringing, going everywhere, but ethereal in nature. But she seems very pleased with this reflection.
If Amonkas hadn't told us that she liked some flattery, I'd probably be pissing myself right now.
So she says, you have more questions than I have the willingness to answer. Choose one.
And I'll turn to Lucas and say, I gave my word before we met Hamankas to ask this question. First, I'm hope you understand, Lucas.
We said we'd give him an answer if we could. If she does not wish to answer, then we did all we could. Ask.
Agatha, I was asked to see if you could divine the location of a great wizard spellbook. Wizard was went by the name of Bo Gentle, I believe.
Yes, I remember this. I had the spellbook in my possession for a time. No longer, though. I traded a book to a necromancer named Zernoff. He was from Iriabor, probably 120 years ago.
Okay, so I'm going to write this, just pull out something just to take a note of this.
Mm-hmm.
You said you gave it to a necromancer named...
T-S-E-R-N-O-T-H, Zernoff.
T-S-E-R... That's close enough.
And from the city of Iriabor, which, if you had not turned down the Tribor Trail and continued south for Neverwinter, would be the next town you would hit.
Iriabor, about 120 years ago.
That's correct. So what are the rest of you guys doing while this is going on?
Just kind of following Salazar and Laurel at this point.
You guys
I'd
have
like
been
to
walking
be-
around the house for a while. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, I was looking. What can I see inside of, through this window?
You see, just everything looks to be. It looks like it was one point a lived-in cabin of some sort. You can't tell whether it was a primary residence or somebody's just getaway place. But everything is covered in dust, cobwebs, and all the furniture is starting to rot away.
So at this point, I finally go through the door.
Like you actually just Kool-Aid manned it through the house, as far as I can tell. Oh yeah!
I say
And then I ask.
thank you for the
ask Hayden,
information.
So, like a somewhat normal human being, I'm just going to mosey through the door.
Nope, you just Kool-Aid manned it.
Yeah, you just Kool-Aid manned it too. Oh,
Wait, where's the
yeah.
door at? I thought the door was right there.
Yeah, no. I was just joking because
But
you
you
guys
went through
drug your.
this
yeah.
I was about to say, like, I'm a really strong old wizard.
All right, so you guys are all standing there. She gives you the answer. What do you do?
I say thank you for the information. Your wisdom and knowledge are as great as the stories have told,
Huh.
as is your beauty.
Your flattery is appreciated, young man. And she floats up and gives Lucas a kiss as best that she can. It sends icy chills down your body, but that's about it.
I endure,
Okay.
and I give a small nod in thanks, and I turn around and says, "We have what we came for."
All right. Anybody else doing anything?
Nope.
Not really. I wasn't there for the conversation, so I really don't have anything to contribute to that.
Okay. So she slowly starts to shimmer, and her form starts to disappear and become completely invisible again. And with that, Agatha is gone.
Oh, real quick before we depart, what kind of tree is this? Is that a fruit-bearing tree? By chance?
That is not a fruit-bearing tree, but I will need a survivalism check.
Okey-dokey.
Or
I'll
nature.
help him.
Either would be
I'll
acceptable.
help him. I'll help him with that on the survival thing.
you can-
Survival or nature, you said?
Yeah, either or, whichever one works better for your character.
Nature, because the sage.
Okay, sure. And you're going to help him, so he gets advantage, which does not much good. So a 10. You recognize this as a form of maple tree. It's a little bit rare to this part of the world, this particular type of maple, but it does not bear any fruit, just acorns.
Does anybody know how to get syrup out of it?
I'm going to go.
Let's not attack the tree.
No, I'm going to go over to the base of the tree. Are there any acorns lying around?
Yeah, several.
I'm going to take a handful and stuff it into my bag.
You have
And
a handful of
then-
acorns.
And yeah, that might come in handy
Once
later.
again, fitting right in with this group.
So yeah, go ahead. They have a weight of 0.1 pounds. It's a dozen acorns.
Okay,
A
so
dozen. Oh
we,
wow, I got a big hand.
we take our leave of Agatha's cabin,
Okay.
heading back to Connellbeer.
I was actually going to try to get maple syrup if I could, but I don't really have anything to do that with.
Guess
so
you answered your own
back to
question
Con-
then.
So Connellberry.
We're in Coneyberry, aren't we?
You're
I
like
think we're not.
20 minutes north of it.
I said we head into Connellberry.
Okay.
Just as a general, we know where we are, kind of thing. Okay, when we get there and we take a moment to rest, I go back over to Caden and say,
Rest. It's been like an hour,
We-
you lazy fucks.
I mean, just when we're, we've stopped moving, we're taking.
Oh boy, that semi-brisk walk really did me in today.
We're stopping.
We
for
were
some
overcome
breakfast.
by nature. And
Yeah. Okay.
Bridget,
You
do
guys-
we
Just
need
stopping for second
did we-
breakfast.
that mirror, that mirror.
Mhm.
The sister, you said she gave you that mirror. Did she want it back?
I'm fairly certain that she gave it to me to give, knowing that this was what was expected.
Well, let's
But
hope so.
definitely,
Otherwise, I
yeah.
don't look forward to
Sure.
that
We'll
upheaval.
tell her that, just in case.
All right, so back to town.
Yeah, I
That was
agree.
a
Yeah.
long trip for nothing.
We'll stop by Old Owl Well again. And tell him that while she was there, she couldn't answer any of our questions.
Okay.
Couldn't answer his in particular.
So you guys are heading back to Old Owl Well?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys head back to Old Owl Well, which is also not all that far away. You get there within a day's time. And you find Hamun Coast right where you left him, pretty much.
Hail, Hammond.
Ah, you've returned. Do you have the information I seek?
We did meet with Agatha, but
She could not answer your question.
She.
I'm sorry.
That is unfortunate, but I appreciate the attempt. I will just have to continue my research on my own.
However, she did say that there were numerous, I suppose, magic-wielding men of great power in this region. She told us of one regarding one of our own questions. So we believe you might be on the right track.
Who is this you speak of?
You said that you believed that some magic user resided in this tower.
At some point, yeah, it was several thousand years ago.
Well, we're just saying, it's not unlikely that you're completely right.
Well, thank you for that, I suppose. Good day.
Good day. And I guess we leave. Unless anyone else has other questions for the necromancer.
I have
I
none.
guess we'll make our way back to Phandelver. Remember to keep your zombies laying low. So
And again, this is just friendly advice because of how close you are to the town. I would suggest, especially with the orcs no longer an issue, should probably consider thinning out your zombie guardians just a little bit.
I would take that under consideration. With the orcs gone,
We
I
thank
may
you.
be able to do so.
It would at the very least, with fewer numbers, keep other adventurers from seeing it could save you a lot of hassle.
Make a persuasion check.
Hold on.
$19. Says, well, I suppose that's not an unreasonable suggestion. I will take that into consideration and get rid of a few of these zombies.
Thank you. The next group of adventurers that might have come along might not have been as understanding as we are.
No,
Boys,
but they would be significantly more dead.
true. And we bid him farewell and leave.
Yep.
Back towards Phandelver.
I suppose you can answer that question out loud if you won't raise.
Yeah, you can just say that. You can just. I'd actually prefer that you do because I don't always have the chat open. So.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to talk over anybody. I was gonna ask if he said he's getting rid of some of them, could I be able to control them, or no?
Do you have any spells that allow you to do so?
Well, I was trying to write in the backstory, maybe like raise dead or animate dead as a possible bonus.
No, that's kind of covered by your necromancer school, I think.
Okay. Yeah, it's like I learn it eventually if I haven't already. So I just figured I'd
Not in
ask.
this case, no.
Alrighty.
Okay. So, so what do you guys do?
Head back to Vandalen.
Oh, and then on the way, I just start tossing acorns at the back of Laurelyn's head.
Okay.
I mean,
Our party's full of jerks.
Raise, make a sleight of hand check. Laurelyn, make a perception check.
I don't know. Wouldn't it be more dexterity? You know, if he's dodging him.
No.
Well, I'm behind you, and you're rolling, I guess, to notice it.
Yeah, so give me a sleight of hand check there, Raise. So he turns around and clearly catches you. Laurelyn, you turn around and you see Raise. He's kind of like throwing it at you, and something's distracted him. So he looks off to the side, and you turn around, and he goes to throw, and he's now looking right at you, and right before you just kind of... Now you guys are eye to eye.
I'm just gonna say knucklehead. Just keep on walking.
What I'm trying to get myself.
Okay.
After a brief pause and uncomfortable eye contact, I throw another one at his forehead.
Okay. So, what else? Anybody else doing anything?
I guess I'm down to 6.
Fair enough.
I'm going to grab Lucas and just say, keep walking. We're going to pick up the pace and just keep going.
I don't throw it.
Necromancers.
I may be old, but I know how to have fun on long trips.
So what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I suppose dementia does have its perks.
How far
Not
away
that
are
old
you from
boy.
Echo Cave?
From Wave Echo Cave?
Yeah.
You would suspect about the same distance to Phandelver, but you haven't got the exact location from Gundren yet. You know roughly where it is.
And Gundren wouldn't know that we were leaving yet.
yeah. I said we go first from the 3. Since we have some time.
I say we head to Vandalen and get him first, so we actually have the location.
And if I get
Wait,
bored
okay.
along the way, I'll throw acorns at him.
Oh, you're going to run out eventually. All right, so what are you guys doing?
Back to Phandelver.
Back to
Back
Vandalen.
to Phandelver. Okay. You guys make the day and a half journey at this point without too much incident. You actually pass a traveler on the road. Looks like a merchant, so perhaps your effects with the orcs are already starting to take hold. And you find yourself eventually coming back in from the north side there into the town of
We
Phandelver.
advised, when we met with the traveler, I advised him against going near
Old
Old Alwell just for his own safety.
Okay.
Spread the word.
I'd like to swing by Barthen's Provisions before we go to the Town Master's Hall, or I can just go and pick up my cloak and I'll meet you all there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have
you can just pick up your
that.
cloak. It's ready for you.
Yeah, all right.
You paid in
Suppose I'd do
advance,
the
so.
same.
And I'm going to go look for more acorns.
All right, so you now have a beaver pelt cloak lined with wolf fur, which is going to be a bitch to dry clean. And Link, you now have a owlbear cloak where the hood is like the beak and top part of like the skin that was on the head of the owlbear.
It's just the way I pictured it.
All right, what are you guys doing?
I'm looking for
Aside
more
from
acorns.
terrifying small children.
So, as you walk through the town, Link's cloak, when you guys pick this up, he gets kind of a reaction of people who are like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then they see Lucas's cloak, and they are absolutely horrified. Because I want you to imagine, each of these beaver pelts is like a beaver like this, okay? And so, like, you've got the beaver head and its limbs outstretched and the tail. And, like, the tail is making up, like, almost like a thatched Like it's horrifying. It's just a
Like
terrible-
overlapping.
Yeah.
And now it is lined on the edges with wolf's fur all
Yeah,
around.
and on the inside.
all around
too.
on the
That's
edges,
awesome.
and which means it is horrifying and yet also comfortable to wear.
Well, I'm sure it's very warm and very comfortable. Yeah.
Damn, I should have gone back to get the rabbit. Damn it.
What
Probably
could you
not
have
enough
made?
for
A
a
hat?
cloak? Yeah.
Okay, so
Plus,
we go
I'm
to
pretty
the
sure you melted it, so
Well, no, that wasn't acid. That was poison. It just suffocated to death.
Okay, we
Okay.
go to the town master's hall and look
they,
for
they go
Gunnar.
to the town master's hall. I stop at the Shrine of Luck.
Oh, actually, I'll go with Caden on that
Okay.
Yeah.
since I was there as well. I heard her say it.
So you guys go to the Shrine of Luck, and as you approach, Sister Gariel sees you coming up. Who's going where? Who's at the shrine right now?
I am.
I'm going.
Florellin
Yeah.
will be there.
Okay.
I'm scavenging for nuts.
Is this like an all shrine?
This is a shrine to Tamora specifically, the goddess of
Tamora.
luck.
Okay.
I guess Caden and I go up to speak to her.
Okay.
Yep, and then just as before, I slip around the flowers, making sure to avoid stepping on
Okay.
anything, cause never want to piss off the god of luck.
So as you come forward, she sees you coming back as a party and says, "Ah, you've returned. Did you find the information I was looking for?"
Yes, we did. Agatha was right where you said she would be, and we were able to get an answer for you.
Oh, fantastic.
She did have the tome for a while, but a century and some change years ago, she gave it away. Did she say?
Yes, she gave it away to a necromancer named Cheer something.
Zorov or
My
something.
notepad.
T was silent.
That is correct. He was that.
Hold on. Now I can't find where I wrote it down. Hold on.
You only spelled out the first part of it, so I have sir.
I think it was like Surov or something, I believe. It's like TSERV.
I actually wrote it down.
I technically didn't hear it, so I can't
I wrote
help
it
you right
down
now.
on a piece of paper here because they're at least it's closer. But I can't find where I wrote it down.
She gave it to a necromancer who resided in the town of Ariabor.
Well, do you know his name?
So
Hold on.
it was Sir something.
Cernoth
Cerna.
Cernoth.
from Erebor.
And when was this?
Around 120 years ago, she said.
Well, that's disappointing, but that's enough for us to start looking at least. So
We're heading-
she says, I take it my mirror did not come back with you.
She was rather attached
Sadly,
to it.
no.
That's okay. That's why I gave it to you. It was a nice mirror, but I definitely understand. So she says, here, this is for you. And she hands you 3 potions of healing.
And say thank you. Whenever you get a chance, we'll head to. We'll show you where the cursed land is here.
Says, yes, we can do that. I did promise to help you.
Can we do it right now? Is it possible?
If
Would it-
you're
would it-
you're up
would
to
it-
it, sister, we would be glad to take care of it right now if you could.
Or would it take
We
some
under-
preparation?
It would take some preparation. You could meet me there tomorrow morning.
I suppose that is.
Fair.
Yeah, I suppose so. We still have to stop by Droop and see if he's still taken care of.
And we need to go speak with Gundren and Sildar and Town
really-
Hall.
We shouldn't speak with Gundren about Wave Echo Cave until we're ready to go.
Action, like, ready.
Okay, then to Droop.
To Droop, I give a courteous bow to our effervescent luck maiden, and we leave.
Effervescent luck maiden. Should try that line out the bar sometime.
You never know. He might have.
That or he's describing Tums.
What a horrible thing to call a goddess.
So
Okay.
off to our hovel.
Our squatting ground.
All right, so you head back to your squatting ground, and you find Droop really working. Looks like very diligently on his alchemy set, and he's really going to town. You walk in, he just says, "Wait," and he kind of like stops you at the door. It looks like he's working on something.
Does Lauren, do you know about what Droop does?
Probably some of it. Since
Okay, I talked with you and filled you in on it because you have reagents he could probably be using. I saw you hunting about for herbs on our way.
correct.
If you have any,
Minus points for grammar, my man. Pronunciation.
and I just wanted to say, if you have any to spare, he could more than likely put them to good use.
I don't believe I have any raw herbs at the moment. I did
At this
acquire
point-
the 3 healers kits.
So I asked Droop what he's got going on.
He says, 1 minute, almost done. Almost done.
'Cause so far, he's invented Pepto-Bismol and Viagra. So
And you see steam kind of coming from one contraption. He's working quite furiously. And it looks like he's just about done. And he kind of like adds one last ingredient and takes a step back. And he kind of like dips his finger in and tests it out. And he says, "Ah, yes, success, worked."
what
What
have you
worked?
got, Droop?
What's success, Droop?
Says, "Well," and he kind of like makes himself stand up a little bit straighter, and he tells you that. No momento, por favor. Figuring out what he did find for you.
Oh, and then while this is all happening, I make my way back to the group. Do you want me to roll for like what I gathered?
What, for acorns?
For nuts.
Oh, I don't care. Whatever you feel like. So he says he takes the one little dip and just like starts moving at a blurring speed, and it winds up kind of behind you with his arms up high because of his height, saying, "Here, this will make you go fast." And it looks like he has made a potion of speed.
He's invented a Red Bull.
At this
More like
point, I
math.
wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
So if somebody is ready to write this down, I can give you the effects.
Hold on, I'll have it up in just a second.
Well, first of all, who's taking the potion? I'm thinking it should probably go to Caden, because he's the one who winds up in the most scrapes.
I totally need the
Sure.
potion to get, through the doors faster.
Caden's getting it.
1 potion of speed.
So it's a yellow fluid in there. It's got black swirls and streaks in it. So when you drink this potion with no concentration, you gain the effect of the haste spell for 1 minute.
Haste spell for 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
I kneel down and give Drupa an appreciative pat on the back. Well done, you little genius.
Well, I know I'm good at what I do. Droop is happy today.
And I'll sort of sigh one more time and say, well, I didn't really want to spend this much money on it, but with the work that you've done, Droop, I think that you deserve it. I'll try to sell those items tonight, and we'll put it towards purchasing this land and get this house built up so you can have yourself a proper lab.
And he basically squeals in joy. Yes, new lab would make Droop very happy. Make better potions.
So
The,
does
the
anyone
items I have should, for the most part, cover the majority of the cost, and I should be able to cover if there's any.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
remaining.
Oh, do they grow tobacco anywhere in this village?
They don't grow it here, but you can certainly buy it.
How much?
It comes in packets wrapped in large leaves, essentially, about a half pound each, and that's 5 gold apiece.
All right,
It
so
comes
10
in bulk
gold
in this
for a
area.
pound.
Yeah, it'd be 10 gold for a pound of tobacco leaves.
Alrighty. Go ahead and do that.
Wow, he made you guys a pretty good fucking potion. But that's what the dice say. The dice say what the dice say.
For once, the dice were kind to us. Maybe because we weren't murder hobos today.
The dice were very kind to you today, for the most part. The exception of his one nature find there. Okay. So I think that's pretty much where we're going to end tonight. So you guys have actually made it through an entire session without... Well, you sort of got into combat, but not really. You rolled initiative, so we can't say that. You didn't quite get that far.
I almost killed a zombie.
You did almost kill a zombie. You had the potential to kill a zombie. You just made a saving throw. Yeah, we'll call it there.
And
You
I
guys
threw
will-
nuts at Laurelin.
You did throw nuts at Laurelin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you nutted all over Laurelin, which is unfortunate. But
I
you,
got one right in his face.
we'll pick up right here. We'll say that you guys it'll be the benefit of a long rest because you're in town, so that's fine. Let me break up the not very much XP today, honestly, but you still have
We
some
didn't
stuff.
murder hobo, so
You didn't murder hobo. You also haven't turned in. You haven't talked to Darren about the old owl well. You haven't done any of that. So you can do that next time. So in this case, everybody gets a whopping 34 experience points.
Each.
yay!
Although you did wind up coming out of this with 3 healing potions and a potion of haste. So on the whole, that's actually a pretty productive day.
Yeah. And we
Yeah.
didn't get KO'd by a banshee.
You did not get KO'd by a banshee.
I was waiting for it when Salazar came
Yeah.
through the door.
Yeah.
I felt my
Nothing
my
bad
spine.
happens when I go through the doors, alright? We always come out alive. Barely, but we do.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, you come out alive by virtue of the fact that you all are still playing the same characters. So yes, obviously that's true. That's kind of like a truism, though. Yeah, well, you're still here.
I know before we end this, I got to throw a pine cone at Laurelin.
You
You've
found
already
one.
done
You
that.
can throw it. Now he's throwing pine
Pine
cones
cone.
now.
No, a pine cone.
Okay.
I just happened to pick it up somewhere.
Laurelin
Okay.
turns into a bear and attacks.
Roll initiative.
Laurelin can actually no longer turn into a bear.
No more bears.
No more bears.
No, it turns into a were-rat. I'm sorry.
So I guess sleight of hand for that one, I guess.
That's okay. Well, he sees you then. Once again, you are less than subtle and not particularly sneaky.
I'm not trying to be subtle. I'm just.
Starting to understand why they had you in chains. I'm less understanding of why they didn't gag you first.
Well, he was
being out in
unconscious
the
pretty
wilderness
much.
by yourself with some woodland creatures will have some minor effects on your sanity, I will admit. But nonetheless, it is still fun.
Probably less fun for Laurelin. Just pelting him with, like, foliage, essentially.
Anyway, editorial aside, I am making a group sketch of the Fantastic Four. So, any and all descriptions that you want for the sketch, just PM me later.
I trust you'll come up with something.
At earliest
Okey-doke.
convenience. Okay, so you're getting bulbous nose. Got it.
All right,
Well,
guys.
you got my portrait. You have my portrait. Just so you
All
know.
right. See you guys.
Thanks for
See
coming
you.
out. So we'll see everybody next week, as long as everybody's still planning on making it.
Yep. Thanks for the
And
session.
don't forget, I have plenty of nuts.
That's good. Also, don't forget to write shit down. Write shit
I did.
down. I gave you guys journals so you could record everything in a convenient in-game location.
Hey, I record everything in my spell book.
You may.
That-
But then you're like, yeah, it was like Zarnov. It was like the Tsar of Russia. Yeah, that guy.
But
Like, it
let's
was
go
like
ahead.
4 minutes ago.
Let's go ahead and say, dude, I'm 52 years old in this game. I'm not paying very much attention.
Yeah, I don't know what
to
life
anything.
expectancy is in Faroon. You might actually be kind of senior for.
Exactly.
Actually, I guess humans they do live about 100 years in this. 80 years maybe.
Right. I
All
guess
right.
it's the magical aura. I'm just pulling a little extra years.
Yeah. All right. See you guys later.
See you next
See
week.
you later.
Pine cones.